It's a lot to ask, Malachi.
Hey, we all try.
It's gonna
It's okay.
fracture and break. Maybe.
We need the Merry companions have a very weak bond. They want to snap it.
Well,
You can don't wait on my behalf. I'm just.
Oh, we are gathered here today to continue a story long, long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Very long
Where are
ago,
you
really.
reunion?
And I think it would be interesting, both for me, maybe especially for me, but also for you all, to recount a little bit, not of what's happened in the campaign, because let's be honest, it's not about. That's not what this really is about, but more what's happened with your characters. I want to go around here. Maybe we can just do top to bottom in Discord. I mean, that works.
Sure.
For Halldamir sake, maybe bottom to top, actually.
Thank you.
Just doing stuff. Of answering me what is really a few questions, but I would like to see it as just one long one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is who are your characters? I don't remember any of them. Their phrases are completely unfamiliar to me. Who were they? Perhaps more interestingly, who were they when they were captured and brought down here by the Drow? And how have they changed? Now, as since last session at least, they're beginning to master the darkness that took them here. Are they better people? In what ways are they better? Ways are the worse people? How have they changed from the beginning until now? I think that would be an interesting start to talk about. Belky, do you want to begin?
Sure, I'll start. So Reardon, Heartspark is before he came down here. He's a bard of a noble family in Neverwinter. He is very much out of his league coming down here. Before he was a noble, he was a bit mischievous. He would go out of his way to kind of spy his father because his father didn't really like him that much. His only serious duties were to tutor his friend Galleon, and it was a happy life for him. And he didn't really know much of the way of the world. He was quite naive. But a changed for him when Galleon was murdered, and he set out to find the perpetrator, which also led him to be captured by the Drow, which is why he is now down here, and kind of thrown him into the deep end, thrown him into a world that he is certainly not prepared for, and certainly hasn't experienced before, and it has changed him a lot, especially early on. He has taken, I would say, dark pacts in exchange to, at the time, he thought save himself from almost certain death or in extreme danger in cases. And at this point in time, he's touched with death more times than he can count. And certainly, mentally, he has a more darker outlook on things. Still good in a way, but he has certainly been tempered by his experiences. His jokes and his attitude is more somber and more, say, cynical than it was when he was on the surface. And now that he has come into his own power in a way and has grown more experienced, he feels like he's gotten quite of a handle on where he is. But it's still a horrible and horrific place to be. And he has a lot of troubles with his own mind, especially the madnesses that he has had and it still has in a way. Almost got turned into a were hyena. Went kind of crazy, had fungus in his head. It hasn't been a nice time for him. And it's almost like a struggle of wills within himself to stay true to himself in a way, but also stay realistic to the ways of the world, because he was quite naive. And now I feel that this has been a very, very rude awakening but in the same sense, I feel like he has matured quite rapidly, and maybe not in the way that he wanted. And it is probably quite true to say that after this, he will never be the same again. But I think this is something that he is still coming to terms with, and is probably something that he will continue to struggle with as we continue.
If
Um,
question, if he gets
yes.
back to the surface and his dad gets uppity with him again, will he take it?
No,
No.
I don't believe he will. He's a big man now. And who knows whether or not he'll how he will react, depending on how he is when he gets out of here. This is the question. And I think that's it really. Unless anyone has any other questions.
Right. No, I just think that's an interesting look upon Riordan, sort of a death of innocence,
Yes.
or how a situation affects people that are in it. What about Gesh? Regale of how he has changed and who he was when he.
Well, I think Gesh's problem that he had before this whole thing started was that he always felt a bit pointless and superfluous, and tried his best to find some purpose. Although perhaps he wasn't exactly aware that he was doing that, I think that's a good explanation for most of the things he's done. And now that he's down here after some adventures in the Underdark, he sort of has. He's certainly not pointless anymore. In fact, he has too many purposes, which is a bit of a different issue for him. Like, on the one hand, on the very first day of arriving in that drow cell, he sort of said to himself, yeah, all right. My brother would never expect me to do something good for all of these people, so fuck him. I'll do exactly that and prove to pretty much myself that if given the opportunity and a good reason to try it in the first place, he can be a good person. And so he's decided to take all these like random souls and make sure that everyone gets back home. And he has certainly continued trying that. However, there's also the library and his patron, and the fact that there's demons all over the place. He himself wouldn't be sure that if he were presented with the opportunity to either help, like, the people here, his friends at this point almost, although maybe he wouldn't use that word, or go to the library, he wouldn't know how he would choose. Like, that's three of the purposes. Protect his friends, get them back home, prove to himself and to his brother that he can in fact be a good person. Find the library, because obviously that's a purpose of his. His patron is sending him there, and it might just have the key to a lot of things. Third purpose, he has decided, well, there's so many demons, he doesn't trust anyone else, he doesn't trust that anyone upstairs is even going to listen. Oh god, look at those like filthy people emerging from the Underdark. Yes, sure, they're saying there's demons, but they probably just had a bad time. That's how Gesh thinks that's going to turn out. So he thinks, maybe I can do something. Which, again, is sort of pointing him towards the library. And his fourth purpose at this point, sort of making sure that Cinder gets to choose between, well, not between really, that he gets to choose what he would like to be, that he isn't pressured by anything, be it society, environment, or anything. If he wants to be a librarian Red Dragon, he should get the opportunity and not be laughed at or attacked or, enslaved or any of those things. He should get to decide himself. Which of those four things Gash is really focusing on is he hasn't really sorted his priorities yet. I think that's the main issue he's sort of fighting with right now. Like, if someone were to ask him, hey, I could lead you to the library, but you have to give me Cinder, he would be in a tight spot for sure.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. would you say he's a better or worse person? Because it sounds like Gesh's personality hasn't really changed his motivations.
I think he hasn't changed much as a person. He has just become more aware of who he really is. But he hasn't yet decided that that's a bad thing.
It's a journey of self-discovery.
In a sense. Like, Gesh knows that everything could have gone a lot different. Like, somewhere in the back of his mind, he knows that at least. But in the front, he still believes it was society who pushed me here, and it's my brother's fault. But slowly, he's sort of realizing that maybe it was a bit of his fault as well. But is his cause really bad? He can do good things with it, so can it really be that bad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Liam?
Well, while Riordan has been the loss of innocence, and Gesh has sort of been finding his destiny, I guess. Liam's story has been that of forging of a sword. He came down here a raw recruit, very unsure of himself despite what he projected. He was part of the retaking of Gauntlgrim, but the circumstances of his like what he did during that fight, he was not very proud of, and he is still not proud of what he did during those fights. He got commemorated by the dwarves. He has a strong feeling he did not deserve such an honor, and so he felt like something like an outcast and a coward. Down here, though, it is certainly a case of grow tough or die, and so he has chosen to grow strong. These people that are around him is people he care about for all of their flaws, and he has decided to protect them to his best of his ability, and that ability he has discovered is quite significant. So he has gone from a fairly imposing but inexperienced recruit, an old, from an old disgraced mercenary company, or dilapidated at least, to a quite the fighter. He is much more sure of his abilities these days. He hasn't faced much that can stand up to him in a one-on-one combat. Even large, hideous monsters have fallen before his sword rather quickly. And so he is sure of his abilities, he is strong, and he just wishes that the blade that he has tempered in his soul will be sharp and strong enough to carry all the way to the surface, because that is where we need to go. Yeah, he is also worried. I mean, there has been some friction in the party. It's clear that Gesh's patron is meddling in a way that seems dangerous to Liam, and Gesh has continuously proven useful, though, which is what has certainly kept him in the group as far as Liam is concerned. And he hasn't done any outright treachery similar to what Grant did and some others. And so he has, so it's sort of an unwilling alliance with Gesh. He doesn't fully trust him yet, because there is something going on there. But all in all, he thinks the party is a fairly coherent unit, and it is a unit that is fighting very well, and he is happy for that, and he is somewhat proud of their achievements as well on his own. A pride that might lead to his fall, because his hubris might entice him to solve a lot of situations with sword and spell rather than to talk through, which is Gesh's favorite method. So found his niche and found his calling in a way. I think that is Liam.
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yes.
And what of Lady Cirilla? Who was she? How has she changed?
Well, she came to the Underdark a lady who didn't quite feel like she had deserved any of this. In fact, she did very many nice things. But she made the most out of it. She may be in a group with some strange people, including sentient oozes. But she's grown to love each and every one of them. And although they all joke that she thinks herself high and mighty above them, she does care about them all, each and every one of them, and has grown to think of them a lot like her own family. Of course, they are still all very dumb and do get themselves killed quite often, but without her, that would happen a lot more often. She's become a bit colder, starting out sort of warm and cuddly, but with all the terrible, horrible things and living in the city of blades with your lungs slowly tearing apart, she's sort of gotten bored of the whole sunshine and rainbows all the time. And now all she really cares about is seeing the actual sunshine and maybe some rainbows when she finally gets out of this hellhole. But there's always going to be that lingering fact, no matter how close she gets to the surface, that she's going to have to come back. And part of that depresses her, but also doesn't, because at least she'll be coming back with some of her friends.
So she perhaps being forced to learn tolerance.
Yeah.
Every species, no matter how strange, has value.
Except for the drow. Each and every one of them sucks.
Well, you know.
Yeah, none of them have proven anything.
Or
but
Seraph.
Yeah, no. His brain exploded. He didn't have chance to prove his worth. Yeah, no. Everyone from the loneliest little familiar bat to the highest of wood elves. Everyone's got their little nice thing, and she's starting to realize that they don't all suck.
Yeah. And Roland. What about our dear Roland? Who was he? How's he changed? What has he become?
Roland, at the start of this, was a self-conscious elf. Always having felt an exile in the world and paranoid, well, a little paranoid at least, distrusting of others, never wanting to rely on others for help. Though always unsure of his own abilities regardless, but idealistic. Being the one member of the group who voluntarily came to the Underdark, though still meeting the same fate of getting captured, not too long into his time. For everything the group has gone through, everything it's forced him through, has made him reflect quite a lot. It's made him confront things about himself, good and bad. It's also made him come to confront a lot about his, well, more about his past as well. His father was an adventurer of the Underdark, who ventured into the Underdark, and Rowan was always slightly bitter the time his father never came back from an expedition to the Underdark. But, his notes have saved the group's lives numerous times, if nothing else, with just helping find food. And the gifts left behind, well, maybe a bit of forgiveness there, but more on Roland himself. Roland himself has been forced to change down here, with numerous factors. Roland's had to learn, partly, to get along with others he doesn't necessarily trust. He can't just go off and try to flee or just wander a road until he finds somewhere new to go. No, he has to stick with a group. He has to learn to rely on others. And not only that, he's also learned a little bit to more rely on himself, to not just be reclusive, but to get out there and express his opinion, express his thoughts, and actually be, well, in essence, trying to stand out as a person instead of just trying to blend away always into the shadow, though he'll still occasionally try. Throughout all of this, though, it's also forced him to confront much about himself. When Roland came down here, he was, well, he was quite chaotic. He very rarely would settle down on things, sometimes change his mind a lot. But as it stands, with everything that's changed, Roland's had to kind of fixate on his ideals a little bit, take everything a lot more seriously, focus down, and really set goals in mind for himself. As it stands for him, he reached a breaking point with turning into a were hyena, getting possessed once, all the various things going on. Roland reached a breaking point, and it was break or be broken. Or to bend or to be broken. And in his case, he chose, well, to bend on his chaos and, well, kind of harden down a little bit. And while his views are a little bit darker than before, in a sense, almost out of spite of the world around him, he's more resilient than ever at this point to succeed at his goals and follow them through without having to pay his ideals as the cost for it. He will succeed, and he will succeed the right way. Also, damn him.
All right, so that's certainly a tempering. Sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Growing spiteful of the world, trying to force you to be something you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'll ask one of you to please, because you're in this in a hot stone cave in some igneous rock here, surrounded by soft pillows, the bottle of wine. How did your group get here since last time? Who remembers?
I think I remember well enough. So we are here because we are on our way back to the City of Blades, followed by a caravan of gnomes, I think they are, laden with salt, because the gnomes are in trouble. There's oozes everywhere, and that's bad, and they need weapons to defend themselves. Salt, that's our trade good of choice. However, we already knew that the trade road was blocked, but it's sort of the only reasonable way to go, so we decided to head down there anyways. We previously knew from rumors that there were fire giants blocking the way, and as it turns out, that was in fact true. It wasn't, however, just fire giants. They were fire giants mercenaries hired by what we believe to be like a male half succubus or something, who was actually extremely reasonable. We convinced his cultist people to bring us to him, and then we talked a bit. And he was like, oh, this is... I don't know exactly what he said, but he hinted that, well, he sort of has to stay here because his mother wants him to, and his mother is the one paying the mercenaries, so he can't even leave even if he wanted to. And we were like, hey, what if your mother was in fact, not in power anymore as you might be thinking? And he was like, well, that would change things. And so eventually we just came out with it. Yes, we know there was a succubus in the City of Blades controlling the king, and we sort of messed her up bad. And he was actually very okay with that. But he did say that since the mercenaries are not paid by him, and they definitely want their pay, we'll have to get rid of them. And then he'll just leave and let us go. So we're like, okay. Set up an ambush for the fire giant captain, followed up by killing his 2 underlings, and everything was peachy. Mr. Half Succubus or whatever continued making some very subtle innuendos that I'm sure nobody got, but eventually collected his troop and left. And now we're here. Probably going to continue to the Sea of Blades, where surely the king's good grace has not yet expired, and Fembershot has forgotten all about our betrayal. And the Keepers of the Flame, who have undoubtedly at this point heard about Cinder, who we are in fact bringing to the Sea of Blades because that's us, will not try anything stupid, and it'll go great.
Yeah.
Can I be grateful by the way of the fact that I have invisibility as a spell?
Yeah, I could have taken greater invisibility.
So do every one of the Dwagon.
Yes.
Yes, but actually, can Dwagar see invisible creatures? That's a good question.
No.
No.
Particularly.
In which case, I can turn the point is I can turn our tiny dragon invisible if I need to.
I'm thankful I kept see invisibility then as a spell. Still have it.
Yeah.
I would have picked that, but it's not an option for me.
You're awakening
Oh, it is,
after
yes.
a good night's rest. The place is very hot, but it's better than everywhere else in Yonnadark. Actually. Perhaps not better than the beds you've been sleeping in, Stone, but for the road, it's pretty good. Your caravan is a little to the south. They're taking a rest too in the little mushroom grove. A few mushrooms seem to have broken up around here. Some places seemingly on the areas where travelers might have relieved themselves, traveling along this fairly, really linear magma tube. One of the reasons that the trade way has become such a good place for people is that there really aren't that many deviations to it. There are some, they're far between, and usually small and narrow and cumbersome. So it really, in a way, is very, very protected. The obsidian-like walls, sort of shimmering with light as you walk past, and perhaps looking ghostly, but certainly very hard to dig through for long. Yeah, you can certainly continue if that is your wish, or you could, of course, return empty-handed, thinking that this is the great time to do that.
I don't think it's a great time to return.
All right. You will continue on your travels. It is a fairly good distance still to the city of Blades. The road here is fairly linear, but it does have some bends and hollows and places where ancient magma has bubbled up massively. And it takes a few days before you get a lot of change to the scenery, basically. This place, it's a little the caves are a little sort of flatter, less ceiling height as you continue, and they're also slightly broader. You are likely, as before, traveling ahead of the actual caravan to make sure that if there are trouble there, then surely you can take care of it. Cinder, for his manner, seems to have grown. Before he liked to eat, but he seems to have begun to really get into the act of eating. He seems almost insatiable at this point, eating if he can to the point of him being overly stuffed and just sort of laying there panting for overeating, but still seemingly wanting more. It seems that his ability to sense being full is somewhat at an end, really. His desire for shiny things continues to also seem to grow as he looks upon many a brooch or a coin that might flicker in his direction with hungry eyes.
mean, if he's so hungry, maybe we can take the occasional break to hunt something nice for him, or let him
There isn't
hunt.
really many chances to hunt here. There isn't much life around. Some like big fat cave slugs. Munches them by himself. He doesn't need to. He can beat those fairly easily. He does seem to prefer other people bringing him food, though, compared to as hunting it himself. Yeah. As you continue, you begin to see a few of the side passages seem recently traveled. There's mud marks on the floor. Some places of leather booted feet having traveled here. Lizard skin, most likely. Beyond that, though, really see for a good long time. That is until one day, as you travel along, you will in fact hear something. It is, as usually, Lady Cyrilla that hears it first. A faint murmuring, a conversation that is not kept quiet particularly. Doesn't seem like whoever's talking is expecting anyone to listen. But it is in a vile sounding tongue. I do not believe she understands. No, she does not.
Well, if I remember rightly, Gesh knows words pretty good.
What?
I think it's all written language that he can understand.
Oh, is it only written language?
Yeah, I think so.
Also, that's no longer a thing after I changed some things.
Oh,
But yes, Gesh knows many languages, which is 2.
mhm. I know many weird languages.
Cyrilla will poke Riordan
Yes.
awake, tell him about these hushed tones, and then slowly work her way around the camp to wake everyone up.
So, can I hear them, and also do I understand them? Is the question.
As you listen, sure, give me a perception check to try to hear.
Sure.
What you can make out.
Perception.
The voice is faint and sort of echoing ahead.
Doesn't look like it.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use one luck point here. See what
Alright.
happens. 19.
Wow.
Yeah, with a 19, you can make out words, and yes, it seems that this is a language you have learned.
Okay.
It is
So it wouldn't be
spoken in
20.
Abyssal.
Yes. Okay. What are they saying?
It is a hoarse voice speaking, saying, "My lord, we have done what we could. There are too many of them. We cannot defeat them. No, please. We will try again. We will continue. Every death of our... It is all in sacrifice. We ask for nothing, of course. Of course, my lord. Nothing. We give ourselves fully. There can be no other way." The voice sounds frustrated, perhaps, but
Okay.
also very afraid.
Well, as Cyrilla is waking everyone up, Riordan will rapidly translate as he is listening, so that everybody knows what's going on with these voices.
Is everyone accounted for still around the camp?
Yeah, it looks like no one has left.
Demon worshippers, huh? Well, we know how to handle those, don't we? Grab sword.
Mm-hmm.
The
Don't wanna
clarity,
forget,
my
of
lord,
course.
it is fading. There is soon nothing much. I see as I did. Please, I don't. They took the others. It's... My lord, I don't think... We cannot... It sounds pleading as it continues.
Where exactly is it coming from?
The south.
South.
There's really only... it's not where you are now. This is not where you are.
Yes.
You're in a bit of just a tunnel, really. It's coming from the south. There's only really that or north. So.
It seems like we should go check it out before something happens.
Well,
Mhm.
Liam
Makes
will draw his sword with a soft rustle.
Perhaps we can send a scout to see.
Yeah. Roland, you're pretty sneaky.
You
How
say
about
that
you?
you say that Roland's already disappearing into the shadows.
Yeah.
Roland can certainly go to scout up ahead.
Hear the
Sure, you wish to approach. The rest of you keep back, I suppose.
Sneakily approach.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it is pretty hard to actually hear. Probably only. Maybe some of you could, like, at this point, you've heard Abyssal a few times. Not many, certainly. But you might recognize, like some word or tone of phrase to enough to know that it's Abyssal. But even then, it would be very hard for you to actually hear at this distance. It is, however, very echoey in these long tunnels. And so moving might give an echo back. So Roland, why don't we see how stealthy you can be as
Sure.
you approach this?
I'd inspire you, but I don't want to make any sound.
A 22.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Right.
I mean, it's my best skill check.
It is.
Yeah, you will certainly make it. How is Roland sneaking forward this cave tunnel situation?
Roland's method of sneaking leaves him moving. Not, as fast as he reasonably can without creating extra noise. Generally quite low, generally very low down, and often weaving just back and forth between whatever things are around that can provide even the slightest bit of cover.
Sure. He will move south and see another small grove of mushrooms. He sees a body of water to the side of it. It seems to have been broken. Someone has broken through the sort of glassy mosaic floor of these caves, and then water has come up. From the smell of it, it smells very much like you would expect it from to be from the dark lake or connected to the dark lake or some tunnel and such, which makes sense. You are certainly close to the lake when going through these. In the water, you can see almost like as if it's covered by very viscous liquid. A big bird creature is sitting, slowly like moving its wings, and its beak snapping slightly, as in front of it a darrow sits kneeling with a staff. Speaking to it, though the bird thing doesn't seem to respond. Around the grove, you see more darrow moving about cautiously. A less stealthy man than Roland would probably have been spotted from some distance approaching. It seems that the group is not expecting anyone to come from this side, more of them being towards the south. To the
What is that bird creature?
some hand check, religion check. I'd let you pick
Wait, what was that?
an Arcana or religion check.
I can't do religion, so I'm doing Arcana.
Religion's better, but
I have no idea.
Maybe you can make a sketch and bring it
it's
back.
like a big
Yeah.
freaky monster thing.
I mean, I might be able to describe it to you, but
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a slightly anthropomorphic bird creature,
and
very gaunt, sinewy. It has an evil sea
Sounds great.
upon its shoulders, not physical, but ghostly, two ghostly heads, one on either side of its own, sort of hovering and moving. Those seem more animate than the one it actually has. Perhaps those two heads are the ones communicating Darrow, while the actual creature is simply a vessel. That communication.
It seems like that Darrow in front of it is like the one making like kind of the begging right now. It seems like.
Yes, he certainly is.
Okay. All right. In which case, Roland will quietly reverse and go back into the shadows. Rejoin the group. for the rest of the group, possibly only seeing him when he suddenly speaks standing next to Liam.
Oh, Jesus, you scared me.
Roland loves to sneak up on his companions in the Underdark. Probably earned him a
Liam
bloody nose
shrieks
at
and
one
attacks
point.
out of fear. Ah!
I mean, the problem is
Possess me
sometimes.
again.
The problem is sometimes Roller doesn't realize he's being so quiet. He sometimes does it unconsciously.
Mhm.
So
Maybe we should have a little bell on him, you know?
I can't still forget. I can't still when you need me to.
You know.
Yeah, Roland will kind of describe the scene about the dark lake there, about the Darrow seemed to be looking the other way mostly, about that trying to describe that creature the best he could.
Do you describe it well enough that we can attempt to make a check? On what
Sure,
it
make a
is?
religion check. You'll have disadvantage because it's a description.
I don't have religion though. I can still do Arcana, can I?
I mean, it doesn't really yield as much.
See.
It is mean.
Oh, never mind.
My first successful
Yay!
religion. Woo! I'm loving this new map tools.
Disadvantage, that is a 10.
Because I'm only
Oh,
giving you a description, you didn't see it
It
yourself.
sounds like you know about religious stuff, and this sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like a demon of some sort.
Hmm.
10, that's probably the level.
I might as well.
Ah, yes, a demon in the Underdark.
Time
Who could
to,
have guessed?
Oh,
Time to
What
kill
amazing
it.
insight you have, Cyrilla.
Liam looks around and says, "We should kill it,
Almost.
right?"
She flags Gesh, and then looks to Liam and says, "Yes, I think we should definitely go kill the demon."
Liam
Mm.
nods. He's ready.
So they're all looking. Most of them are looking the other way, right, Roland?
Mm-hmm. They didn't seem to expecting attacks from this side.
Seems like a perfect opportunity then. We should go.
They're going to spot us before we get close, though. Sorry, but some of you are not that quiet.
That's fine. I'm sure I can fire something in to give them a surprise.
That's not a bad idea, my good friend Liam. Friend.
Liam, friend,
Liam,
McGee.
friend,
Liam looks
friend,
over.
friend of
So-
Liam.
Do you want to approach quickly, meaning like charging in, or do you want to approach stealthily? If you fail stealth, you'll be further away when they notice you. If you charge in, they will notice you, but you'll get in some distance.
We might as well charge because there's two of us that will have stealth disadvantage.
We would do. It's like a group check, I imagine.
It's a group
Yeah.
check. Roland and
I mean, I
have
could try to make the group check
some
easier
dogs.
by giving one person visibility.
True, actually.
There would be
I
also-
have.
Also, three of us are decent at stealth, so I
Yes.
think we should sneak.
Give Liam invisibility. That would be hilarious.
Sure.
As he just appears right next to someone, like, "Roar!"
They're squishy. Kill them, and then Liam just chops someone's head off. Like, no.
I mean, is this a route we want to go for?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. To make it so Liam is not a disaster in stealth, I'm going to go ahead and invisibility Liam. It lasts for up to 1 hour, so you will get close enough before it runs down.
Liam will
Alright.
sneak over.
So I suppose we can just assume that's a definite pass then on the check, or
Oh, that's only Liam.
only Liam.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we still have to
we
do
just
the
need
stealth check.
to, yeah.
Sound like I can only stealth one. I can do one person because it is concentration. I can't stealth. I can't lose.
No, that's
Visibility
fine.
two people.
Gone are the days of invisibility sphere.
And that might be a
yes,
spell, I just don't have it.
remember that. Should I just do meld into stone and then just walk under the stone?
just melt up next to him.
Anyway, shall we?
While you
So-
scream that you are the mother of Earth and you're there to smite them.
So stealth
Sure.
checks for everyone else.
Sure, let's do it.
Sherilla has disadvantage.
I'll go first because I want to see if I can use a luck with it if I need to.
I'm gonna
Oh,
guidance myself.
perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect stealth.
20 to 1.
Guidance.
I mean, you beat me.
Oh, wow, that's not
Only
gonna
got
do
20.
anything for me.
Well, we have
Oh,
three
I
successes.
thought my
It's
stealth was
3
better.
successes versus 2, so it's a
We have
pass.
an invisible and 2 successes, so it should be fine.
We pass.
Can Liam do his as well?
Oh,
Does he get any bonuses for being invisible?
He's not seen.
mm,
See how quiet he can be.
let's see.
I'll give you advantage.
I don't know if I've got silence.
Cancels out your disadvantage of armor.
Well, 10.
All right.
Could be worse.
I do have silence. I could do silence around us.
Very quick.
A bit late now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Forgot I had silence as a thing.
All right.
Silence is
Could
the
you
thing.
gather together So I can easily move you.
Gather around, children.
Yes. Class is in session. Oh.
I'll just...
Liam
If nothing else, I'm sure
Liam
Liam's
would
going to
try
enjoy the idea of
to
invisibly
be
pouncing on someone.
Liam would try to be ahead of the others because he is invisible, so he's fairly confident that,
It's okay. I can be at the back of the group and still make it just as far as Liam can.
That's because someone apparently can move at the speed of the wind.
It's like what, 23 miles an hour double moving? It's just stupid.
As I said, I consider getting mobile, so I just nuke the speed chart.
quick here.
It's almost pointless, even at 45. Honestly,
There would be a reason for me to do it, but it allows me to disengage and do loads of other cool stuff at the same time.
I should sneak all the way down to the opening of the clearing. I guess how far you can move yourself as you want.
I
But
think
this is the well, that's too far.
Oh, okay.
I think
I
would
put,
like.
I put Liam where he should sort of reasonably get to, and then you all can be behind him or however much behind him you want.
I'm hiding here.
Okay.
I'm just saying spread out might be a good idea because fireballs.
I mean, I have evasion,
Yeah.
so I'm not as concerned.
I can't spread out any further.
I lost myself. There we go. Oh,
This is how we failed. The stealth is like, what? I can't spread out. It's like, I lost myself.
I mean, admittedly, no one can see Riordan right now because he rolled 24
At this
stealth.
point, like we'll let the initiative thing and see who acts.
Oh god, I had errors.
Pretty quick. Gash is still lost.
Yep.
I mean, I've
yes.
never rolled well
No.
in this
I'm happy with
game
mine.
ever.
I like to imagine Gesh is having a telepathic argument with Finger Muncher right now.
Oh, a Vrock. Interesting.
Oh, wrong. Oh.
I should know what the
terrifying.
picture is, but I've completely forgotten.
At this
Nasty.
point,
It's
while
a demon,
walking,
I think.
the talk has changed. No more is there pleading. There's more resigned voice saying things along the. Of course, Riordan wouldn't probably translate while you're walking, but he would know anyway that it has become more of a. It is resigned. We will all die for this, but in so we shall win glory everlasting. You and I, perhaps we might survive. The others, every one of them shall be a sacrifice for our ascension.
we need to kill them all.
It'll be the Darrow, so yes.
As the Darrow, this guy looks over like with a mad screech. The Rock looking over as well, its eyes narrowing as the Savant sort of step up, taking their staffs. You remember, of course, that the Savant Council were the ruling body.
Yes.
So, shall I just try banish it?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very solid first thing. It's,
Opening argument as a cleric? Go away.
Yep, so it's 60 feet range. I believe I am 55 feet away, so that's perfect.
You are.
Don't even have to move yet. So yeah, I'm gonna banish the Vrock. So it must make a DC 14 charisma, which it's probably going to be pretty okay with, but
It's a demon. It probably is fairly charismatic.
Right. It does have magic resistance, so it has saving throw advantages on spells.
oh, good,
That's
glorious.
Fucking demons, man.
Yeah, I know,
Demons.
right? They suck.
They suck.
How does magic resistance work with attack rolls for spells?
It is advantage on all saves against
Oh, okay.
So attack rolls don't matter.
and magical effects. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it is a charisma save.
Oh.
Oof.
Wow.
Hmm.
Proficiency and expertise.
Well,
That might not be right, but it rolled a 1 anyway. So it actually has advantage, so it's an 18.
yep.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter.
Good for it.
As he
Bad for us.
meets your eyes, your god's banishment.
Uh-oh.
making shiver slightly before the two heads and its shoulders. Weird baboon-like things just sort of melt away in the pool as it turns and begins to take like a half step direction.
Well,
You
You have your movement.
not ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna come over here. I'm not gonna outstep
the invisible Liam.
so I'll just come here.
Sure. This event, something seems to move from him, but it is invisible, so it is hard to see.
Okay.
As he himself will look in your direction. This is the one that spoke, even, and will begin doing some lovely magic.
What? Magic? No.
No.
Because that is what this event council does.
I think they're cheating.
Yes, I think so too. Rude.
Here. And then he will shoot a bolt of lightning
Oh dear. Okay.
going through Liam and Gash,
Oh.
Of course.
allowing you to do a reflex.
Wait,
Dexterity save.
who's doing that?
This guy.
The
Oh, he's so far away. Let me check the range on counterspell.
This is 85 feet right now.
Yeah, I have no idea what the range is.
Holds up a piece of glass and murmurs dark words before a
Where's counterspell?
terrible spell jumps through them.
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, well,
Yes.
Too far.
I'll allow it.
Do I have any advantage on this because I'm still invisible technically, or is it just?
It's true, he is invisible.
No, it's a save. He's just shooting it.
Okay.
He just happens to hit you as he aims for
Hey.
Gash way in the
That's
back.
stupid. He knows the mages die first.
Yep.
All right. Those are both failures. So you'll take the full damage. This attack.
Of 1 million damage.
Maybe
It's
silence is a good
86
idea here, guys.
17.
17. Yeah.
Okay. That's
That's under average.
Yeah.
Which,
is it though?
It is under average.
Yeah.
as it shoots through you. As he begins to chant again, pairing the next one.
It's really not under average.
William.
Well, I lost my concentration, so that's silly. But he's still invisible, so can I move through the mushrooms?
Yes, they are tall and have thin stalks.
Well, in that case, Liam will move here.
Doesn't expect you advantage on your attack.
Yep. And then he will go to town on this Darrow.
Cool.
Because fuck him.
You get advantage because you're
You
invisible.
seem
Right?
to look at
Yes.
Cyrilla with some dark spell in mind.
No, we're not gonna have that. Hopefully, advantage. Go! Hoya! Crit!
Crit.
Oh,
For a 56 damage to him from the crit.
That is worth losing invisibility
Yeah.
for, I believe. Bye.
right. So I guess Liam just appears as the Darrow's head falls on the.
Yes.
He's
Goodbye.
slumping over, blood running to the pool.
Stealth is not usually Liam's tactic. Now he sees Roland to peel of it.
It's just you see a gleam of steel and then a head that falls, and that's it. Liam is.
Time for map tools restart.
His ability is useful, it turns out.
It is. It
Yes.
is pretty useful. Yeah. This is unfortunate for many reasons. Liam. I could action search and put the protection back onto me again.
I mean, you'd lose a cleave, though, wouldn't you?
I mean, I don't have any movement left for the cleave.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No. So
Shucks.
it seemed to me more important to kill the spellcaster than
Yeah,
they
yeah.
die
I mean,
first
fairness,
after all.
you killed it.
You did do it. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
um,
Yeah, I'll he will action search and put his protection back on.
Right.
And that is it.
This Darrow will look upon Zarilla, you already looked at, and raise his crossbow, shooting it twice.
twice, huh?
Repeat the crossbow.
I'm not in it right in the campaign right now. So
15, 17, so miss.
You both.
Hooray.
Thankfully.
Reloads. Riordan.
Yes. Riordan is going to cast a fireball.
All right.
And he's going to cast it here.
Sure.
Kablooey.
And he's also going to cast it as a. Yeah, she's going to cast level 3, so 28 damage. And let me just get rid of the drawing.
You rolled perfectly on average.
Yes.
All right. The Darrow have magic resistance.
Mhm.
So does the Rock. So they have advantage on their saves.
Makes it.
Pass.
And this Darrow
Fail.
fail. And let's see, this Rock has also got his.
Pass.
Yep.
Success. So the Darrow number 4 fails and explodes.
Oh no!
Fail is taking half.
Yes.
Rock is resistant to fire, so
Okay.
he takes half of half.
A quarter.
Good to know.
I think demons generally are resistant to fire.
Just a bunch of stuff.
Yes. And Riordan is going to move. Like, can I move on this mushroom? I don't know if it's.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna move here then.
You're an EB halfling.
Onto the mushrooms you're hidden from things from the ceiling.
Yes. Aha.
Where the evil cloakers hang out.
Oh, hello.
Rock is rocking.
Mm-hmm.
It's rocking my world.
Rock is a good bird. It's a fast bird, actually.
Wow.
She will. So.
There goes my plan of hiding from it.
Well, hello.
It's
In
fine,
the
Nyx is
middle of
helping
you.
you.
As he just with a leap, basically standing on the water surface, sets off as it ripples. He has no reflection in it. As the big bird just spreads its wings and just bashes them once before landing with a. As he lands, like from his dark feathers, an inky smoke sort of bellows out as he raises his alien head to the air and emits an echoing Horvic screech. Everyone within 20 feet, please do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Con saving throw. Am I within 20?
I'm gonna
Yes.
spend the lucky point on that. 12. So much better. Actually, it's 12 plus 1, so 13. I don't think that's good enough though.
Unless it's a fear effect. It doesn't matter.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not a Constitution fear effect.
No.
The screech echoing, making you unable to hear. You block it out. The demonic nature of the sound making it impossible to physically block it. Everyone who got it's a DC 14.
Oh shoot.
If you fail, you're stunned until its next turn. The end of its next turn.
Riordan is stunned.
Yes. That is.
We need to roll for
terrible.
Cirilla.
Yes.
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That is. Is there a state for this? I don't see one.
I believe there's.
So let me find Cirilla.
For stun, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I see it.
third from the last.
Cirilla is not stunned.
That's annoying. I don't like this.
No, only one of you failed, however. So, it looks to Riordan, as it knows he will be. He'll still be stunned by the screech. Can act again. It's a long-reaching beak and claws. ready to snap his neck. He can't do it himself. Beyond that, it also sounds like you hear like grunting sounds from the ceiling where you are, just above Gesh, really. And from the southern path, you hear what sounds like more Darrow mad gibbering as others have been alerted to your presence. They will begin. I will add these things to initiative as well. Roland.
Seeing it look at Riordan, Roland is going to disregard his complete plan of stealth and fire. Plan B. As Roland is going to move, while he's moving, as a quick action, draw, bringing out Dawnbringer's sword at full brightness. And is going to move around right up into its face.
Mm-hmm.
And is then going to bring down the holy sword upon it.
Yes.
All right.
Is Nyx helping you? I don't know.
Wasn't declared, so no.
Okay.
An 18 hits.
Well, I don't actually have any extra bonuses lying around at the moment to give me advantage, so... The big thing is I'm in its face.
To it, yes. The magical blade going through its defenses. Yeah. Scorching it slightly as it looks down to you, annoyed presence.
Roller calls up to it. Don't you dare.
Darrow over here. Then he'll look on Liam cutting down this event. He will shoot twice. With disadvantage, though. So he'll only shoot... Yeah, twice with disadvantage, I guess.
1.
Wow.
Not very good.
And 8.
His range is not perfect with this weapon. This one, though, Cyrilla is right there and sort of in his face. So, try to hit her for 3.
That's a hit.
3 damage.
Right.
I'll apply 3 damage to Cyrilla.
By Liam, as he cuts down this event, he was an angry squeal, almost like a tiny pig, as a creature becomes visible to him.
Ugh.
Posits!
Looking at his face, trying to instill fear upon him.
Oh, great.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
I have advantage, I believe, because it's made by a demon. I have my protection running.
Let's take a look at the protection from the spell. Protection.
Let's see here.
Good and evil.
The spell lands when we creature protect.
You protect from them several effects. They have disadvantage to attack you. You can't be frightened. So your spell blocks its frightening, scary face, and you can look upon it.
Has a smiley face instead. To your eyes.
You can almost see the inky mist coming from it, hitting the shield and then falling before his defenses.
Great, I'm imagining the barrier now acting like a mirror at a clown house.
Yes.
Yes.
He has 30
You
strength.
are muted, Sheep, if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, I've just been trying to help Halldamir start up his map tools again. Well, there's a big bird. So that seems like priority 1. So...
You heard sounds from above you as well.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, alright. I look up.
There's nothing there.
That's...
Is it invisible? Is the question.
Could be invisible stuff, it's true.
Well, in that case, Gesh will cast his old favorite of the Hammer of Agathis on himself.
Yes.
Shit's scary, yo.
You're expecting him to get hurt, I see.
Yes, always. That gives me 20 temperate points. And Finger Muncher. Well, let's see. Cyrilla acts next. I'd rather help Liam, though, I believe. Who's Nyx helping?
Not helping anyone. It wasn't declared.
I'm going for the savant down here.
Oh, are you?
I don't
Finger
want
Muncher will
to take all
help.
spells.
Finger Muncher will help Roland then.
Yeah, that's good. Sneak attack is great.
Right.
I mean, Roland's not very useful without sneak attack.
Yeah,
to be honest.
exactly.
That is the end of the round. I will mix in people who come in on their initiative
Great.
acting.
Can't do anything at all. Oh, okay.
Darrow!
Balgora.
Cyrilla acts again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back in. The problem, I'm not able to get enough RAM to actually launch map tools. So every time I come over to the
It's
trade
time
road,
for your Beacon of Life thing.
that's what I was thinking. Just from the sounds of it, well, like the Spirit Guardians.
Yes.
It looks like we're going to get surrounded in any second now. So
Sure, we can cast that.
Okay.
Do it on 4th level because extra power.
Okay.
Spirit Guardians, what level spell is that usually?
A third
It's
level.
3rd. No, cast it as 4th, and then put me somewhere. I don't know where. Just
Somewhere I don't die horribly is probably good.
1 Spirit Guardians. And anyone got opinion which we should stick our Cyril?
I guess cover the rock and
He's already covered.
okay.
Uh,
Because just 15 feet of Cyrilla. So
Yeah, I think she's good there. Really. Well, I mean, unless does that thing have 10 reach? I don't know.
I don't know. But even if it does, if she walks away, she's going to get provoked. So
Yeah. Well, you know, she's fine there.
and she hits it there on the left. I mean, yeah, it's probably the best location for now.
Yep.
I'm sure you can do it, Cyril.
I'm sure I can as well.
Did you move closer, by the way, Gesh? Oh no, you didn't. Okay.
No, I didn't really
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Yes, it's chicken.
It sucks. It's in the way. You can't get close enough to counter spell. Need to kill this.
Yeah, I suppose that will end Cyrilla's turn for now.
Yes. Show's doing good.
All right.
He's doing what Cyrilla does.
See, the range is
Take
like
your word
15.
for it.
15.
15 feet. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well,
Is there a creature within there taking its turn now?
no,
No.
but this creature is not really in a place to do anything. It will, however, because the buddy failed, will try to sort of scratch at Liam's face with advantage. Well, not disadvantage, I suppose, since he does have advantage. Yeah, it's a normal attack.
So 18, it just hits the scale plates.
Yep. Clunk.
Yeah, and yeah, that'll hit, right?
It does.
All right. Then it also gets to try to apply its poison for a Constitution saving.
Oh,
I mean, at least it's a fighter's good saving throw.
true.
I presume.
Think so.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Strength and con. Well, at least he made the save.
Oh.
Not against the poison, though.
Nope. 5 and a 2. Or a
All
1
right.
and a 2.
Then you take 4 poison damage and get the poison condition with a save at the end of each of your turns.
That's mean.
As the quassit's sort of foul essence seeps into your wound. Angry as you attack its master.
Attack or murder outright?
Well, you murder the other one's master.
Yep. Yep. Applied.
This guy will do what he can to live and cast invisibility on himself. Remember to take the 4 damage.
I did.
Did you? Doesn't show
Yes.
up.
No, I applied it manually.
Oh, okay.
Liam,
So you're poisoned.
Yes.
poisoned. Your
Yes.
turn.
Okay. Fuck.
You can have Nyx help you.
It's true. Nyx could maybe take a look down here because even if he's invisible, Nyx can see him with sound, right?
Echolocation is true.
Yeah, the familiar does act at the end of your turn, but yeah, we could let her have a check. Something you can do.
I mean, Liam has things to fight right now if he wants to. He has quasits on his face, for example.
I don't care about the quasit. But I guess I could attack the quasit. Fine, one attack on the quasit. If it dies, I'll move and attack the other one.
All right. Poor little thing, right?
14.
And
Then
moves,
he'll
yeah,
move
one
here.
dies.
19 against him for 22 damage.
The squeal.
Yeah.
Get cut down.
That was
Okay.
10, so we have...
Oh, these are very small.
Get there.
Let's see.
Unable to do much more than delay you.
And yeah, Nyx will echolocation
You
for
can
the
also do
down.
your saving throw.
Alright.
Good for being poisoned. Nobody likes being poisoned.
I do not.
You
15.
are no longer poisoned.
Hooray.
Sure, Nyx. Liam, could you do a perception check then?
Yes.
You can use your familiar's advantage.
Okay. $15.
You can see he's down here.
Okay.
Behind the pool. Clearly
Then
considering.
Liam will let's see. Riordan, what's the range of Verifier?
Jordan's stunned right now, so we can't do anything.
I'm stunned. I won't be
Oh.
able to do anything until next
Never
round.
mind.
Sorry. He's gonna have mood before it gets to me.
Say, Darrow here will spend his turn running into the south. This one will try to shoot at Liam twice, because Liam is close to him. 9 and nothing.
That's 6 damage.
Yeah, yes, the introduction. As the sound of the snorting above Gesh becomes more of a gurgle as a thump next to him is heard. Something very heavy landing on the ground, and then revealing itself by trying to smack him in the face. This
Well, that
will
wasn't
have
entirely
advantage
unexpected.
for a 26 for 16. As a big ape-like demon thing lands down with its massive claws and mouth, clearly already in a rage, flailing everywhere.
Well, he takes 20 cold damage from punching Gash.
He will take half of that. Then he will continue punching Gesh. His 2 massive fists.
Alright, that's another hit, but he will take another 20 cold damage.
Then he'll do it again. Much less than last time.
How many taxes this guy
Nearly,
have?
that was nearly a miss, the last one.
And he'll take.
Jesus.
Does he
The,
take
the last one is a hit.
the cold from the last
That's-
one too?
No, he only takes the cold damage twice, because then the temporary hit points run out.
He seems a little bothered, but not overly so, as he flails his massive fists. Down here. Another creature you will have seen charges forward, clearly edged, holds to do so. Its master. Running as fast as it can.
Liam,
to
you've got a
engage.
bear in your face.
Uh-huh. You have a demon in yours.
I know.
You should take care of that.
Moves over here and shoots at Gorilla with disadvantage.
Miss.
18, sadly. Good roll, but Jordan is stunned, which means he can take no actions, I believe.
Can't do actions or reactions. I'm mobile.
Can only speak faultingly.
Yes. It also applies incapacitation, which means I can't do actions or reactions too. So.
Yeah.
Until this guy's turn ends next.
Another bear.
Bear. And charges forward. As the rest of the Darrow. And the rock. Its dark intelligence gleaming. Starts its turn in this aura thing. It has to take some damage.
It does.
Save.
It must make a saving throw.
Does have advantage on this save.
Still makes a DC. It makes a Wisdom saving throw,
16.
which
I have
succeeds.
a button. It's like level 4.
Push the
Spirit's
button.
level 4 or something like that. Should be in the 3rd level. Box.
No.
Should be there. Should be just.
There isn't a separate button other than the one that just casts the spell in the first place.
It should have been.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it is.
It's DC 14,
Yeah, it's
and then it's 4d8 damage.
4d8. Yeah.
Because I scrolled up
half
earlier
if
and
they
had a
make
look.
it. Yeah, half if they make it.
So he succeeds, so he takes half, was it? Or none?
Succeed, take half.
Yes.
It's radiant damage too, right?
Yep.
It is
Yep.
radiant.
So
Cool.
Doesn't like it. Let's move over here. And then he will lumber there and then takes his massive wings as like pieces of mold and seems to fly off of, forcing all of you next to him to do a Constitution save. Technically, this Darrow here too.
Do you need me to roll, Halldamir?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be. I'm still fucking around with everything.
You got a 19.
Hooray!
Me and Riordan were not so lucky.
The two others of you fail. Though Cirilla is fine, as you can't but inhale some of come off this creature. You are poisoned, and you take a D10 damage. I will.
Oh boy.
8 damage. Two of you.
What isn't wrong with me at this point?
As you inhale the spore. Now, this damage is reoccurring. You will take that damage, or D10 damage, at the beginning of each of your turns. At the beginning of these, at the ends of your turns, you can try to save for this effect as well. You are, of course, also poisoned by this. Another thump is heard. And another thing drops down, revealing itself. Not by punching Gesh, but by punching Roland, rather biting at him.
I can remove my stun now, right, Malachi?
Yes, it's gone now. As it bites you for a crit of 17.
That is a thing. That is a thing indeed. Huh.
Oh dear, I don't like this at all.
Then it'll swing its massive fists.
Okay, so we've got 17.
Missing.
Be a miss.
Missing.
Okay.
In which case, I'll half the damage on that 17 fist to the face because ow, 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 ow.
Yes, it hurts.
That's
Looks like
17
it
half.
hurts.
It goes down to 8.
Oh boy, this is terrible.
Then Roland. You can do it.
Of which it is my start of my turn, Maniko.
You will
And-
take 3.
For save at least. It's
I will
terrible.
give the two of you a war.
This is going terribly.
Sickly green aura or blue.
It's the dark spores in your system.
Can try to.
We've been had dark spores in us before. It's fine.
I can try to kill the Vrog.
You
Yeah.
have an advantage in
please.
that one. I think I'm not sure.
Which comes out as neutral because of poisoned.
Yes. You still get sneak attack because
I still get sneak attack though.
Try your best. Woo. Oh.
12 is a miss.
I can, and then I'll offhand strike it.
Do it. Yeah.
That is a hit.
Oh, I forgot you did +2 short sword. It's great.
Terror on the sneak attack though.
You minus some damage from that roll there.
Minus
too.
1.
Yeah, okay.
It's 18.
Okay. 19, right?
19, yes,
19.
19.
Stab into the rock with your short sword.
You just need a +3 offhand.
Anything else? Any movement?
Let's see.
Hmm.
No, this is how I'm gonna stay. I think.
Right. Make your con save against the spores.
Yay.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, yes. That is yes.
I was gonna say that's a really high DC. Damn.
This Darrow moves down here to shoot at William. Missing. Darrow spends his turn getting here. This one over here starts his turn and has to do a
Wisdom save.
wisdom save with advantage. But he's terrible at wisdom because he's crazy.
Take 14 radiant.
So he is killed. Radiant light.
And then thy divine execution.
Then Gesh.
Banish seems like a good idea.
You banish them?
Banish.
Yeah. But then if the other one hits you, then
Yeah, I'm not doing too well. I was thinking I was slow or I guess banish.
Slow could also work.
slow could work because you
Can only hit
choose-
the two monkeys though.
You have Mire the Mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, slow is that 20 feet cube? I thought it was really big.
No, I
I
think
don't know.
It's 40. It's a 40-foot cube.
Yeah, there
Never
you go.
mind.
That is
Oh.
so much cube.
Can you choose who gets affected by it, or
Yes.
Up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube. Yes.
Oh yeah, pop it everywhere.
Slow everything.
Can't hit those bears, but those bears are probably fine. I
Those,
will.
those apes are definitely need to slow.
Yeah, slow the demons.
Yeah, Gesh is gonna cast slow, targeting
No,
all the bad things in this cube.
you don't like that. Tell me about slow.
I will press the button. I've already used it today. Didn't we have a long rest?
You did have a long rest.
We had a long rest.
Never rest.
Let me do something then.
You have to force it to run.
Yeah.
Force rest.
Long rest and take the damage again, I suppose.
Mystic Arcana, no.
I'm actually just editing the properties to give himself another use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where it stores it though.
Bam. There you go.
Woo.
6 creatures of my choice. A 40-foot cube. DC 16 wisdom save.
It's very nasty.
A wisdom save. Let's see what these guys can do. These monkeys are not good at wisdom saves. So,
A fail.
Fail.
That's a fail.
Fail.
Rock has advantage.
Yes.
How?
Oh,
That
just makes it-
succeeds.
Oh.
Barely. But the 2 monkeys take a penalty to AC, dex saving throws, can't use reactions, can only move at half speed, and they can only attack once.
Once. Oh, that's amazing.
Mhm.
They turn their attention to you. They don't like that at all.
Well, I don't like them either.
We should taunt them with your.
Oh boy. Well, they can't use their actions, so you can just run away now, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Ah,
Could hide behind Riordan.
no.
I wouldn't hide behind me. I could get stunned again.
I can't walk through the monkeys though. I go like
I can,
here.
unfortunately. Wait, yes, I can. Why haven't I done that before?
Cyrilla.
Does she have a mass heal? Because I think that's what's needed right now.
I think there's mass
What,
healing
what,
word.
what I'm imagining here is probably one of the options that Srilla might end up having to do is like preserve life here.
Yeah, I can do a preserve life.
Channeling.
Or I have a. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's happening just from my screen. So, demon isn't attacking me right now, right?
It's not, but you are
It's
adjacent to him.
shaking spores off its body.
Okay. I could do a mass healing word, but if you guys feel like you need more healing than just a little bit, then yeah, just channel divinity would be.
Gesh is
Preserve life.
in a bad way. Everyone is in a bad way, really.
Yeah, I think it's needed.
Yeah, definitely preserve life.
What's the how far away can you preserve life?
30
30.
feet?
Okay, no, you can get everyone just fine here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How much do you preserve?
It's now 40 hit points spread out.
I mean, we can press the button and find out.
And you can't
Yeah.
heal more than half their max, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but I can't figure it out because I'm not able to look around.
Give Gesh like 20, I
20.
guess. Yeah.
Give Liam.
I'll speed me and Liam 10.
Yeah, I'm
that's
fine.
fine.
So Gesh 20, me and Liam 10.
Yep, sure.
And then I do have a bonus action, because that is a standard action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
true.
Is
So-
mass healing word a bonus action?
It is in fact,
You won't be
yes.
able to use it anyway because you should cast a
It's
spell.
That wasn't
not
a spell.
a spell.
That was channel divinity.
Oh shoot,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
duh.
not a spell. So, yeah, mass healing word can work as well.
Do you want to
I'll
cast?
take it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's bonus
Let's
action.
see, where's mass healing word?
I don't know if I have it on the token.
I don't
yet.
know.
Then
you
you're
don't.
then you're going
I'll
to
get
you're
it.
going to tell us what mass healing word does.
In that case, everyone in 60 foot that I can see gets 1d4 plus 3 plus, god damn it, 5 because of my.
Do you want me to pop it on your token? I have it in global right now.
Yeah, that works. If you can
Sure.
just move it on there.
I can,
and
yeah,
it
no.
works,
Yeah, this would be the amount
then
of healing then.
Is third level spell slot you're using on it? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I shouldn't have a fourth anymore.
You heal 5 hit points yourself, and everyone else gets 11.
Sounds right.
Yes.
Good heal.
Take
Cool.
it.
I'll heal Cyrilla and myself.
See, you have it on your token now, so.
Feel much better all of a sudden.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm still
It's
poisoned,
two
though.
actions.
Let's see. If I may, there's something else I'd like Cyrilla to do, which is simply have Cyrilla move to there,
Okay.
because that's gonna force the monkey above me to be inside her aura.
Sounds good to me.
If whoever drew the aura wants to delete and then move.
Does the aura move?
Yes, it's centered on her.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and that is all her action.
Yes.
And the other monkey's presumably going to move down into the aura, so she doesn't need to go any higher than that.
Presumably, yes.
Now this guy will try to will try to cast a spell at Liam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
It is a to hit, and he will miss, not having advantage because Liam can see where he is.
Mm-hmm.
An
good.
orb of like poisonous gas flies towards Liam, but misses.
Ha!
Someone sneers at him.
Can we see where he is from where he shot that? Everyone
I've
else?
revealed him because he made an attack.
Invisibility breaks new
Oh,
attacks.
yeah.
All right, well, it's time to take these bears to town because we can't have bears around here.
Are
Are you the
Bears.
park ranger tonight?
Yep, Liam is your on call park ranger, and Cave Bear 1 has been a very bad cave bear and is gonna get smacked.
Seems to have been branded recently.
Oh no, poor bear.
Terrible demonic symbols into his flesh.
Oh,
He's mad.
mad
Don't
bear.
worry.
Very
You're
easy to hit Liam, thanks.
Don't worry,
Probably
these are invasive species of bear. Get rid of them.
Smack, smack.
is a
So,
hit.
yep, 28 damage, and second hit 25 damage. He carves into these bears.
Cleave.
Yep, he will cleave into bear 2.
That frothing bear.
Ignore the second attack. 13?
13 still hits.
Yes.
Bear, is bear
28.
rage.
28 damage to the bear.
Stabbing it. It seems continuously very angry.
I'm glad you call the herd so well.
That's what Liam does.
Nick's done anything?
He will.
I mean, the possible thing just have Nyx continue scouting for
Yeah,
creatures.
Nyx will keep an eye on the caster down there.
Right.
Keep him.
This guy will. Liam is so easily to see for him. Shoot Liam twice.
Sure. This
And
miss.
I mean, Liam really is the easiest target to hit here. He'll go over here and shoot at Gash nonetheless. Because Liam has big armor on.
He misses guess though.
Yep, Gash has missed.
Somehow.
So this monkey is mad. He'll come for Gash.
Must make a wisdom save.
Monkeys.
What's your AC?
Half damage.
Okay.
7 radiant.
As he will try to bite at Gash, which made him slow.
Miss.
No.
Oh, it's so hard. He doesn't have any more time.
Wonderful.
He's so slow.
All these limbs, but they're useless.
What is the point of all of these
Oh,
limbs?
he hit
That he does, unfortunately.
3 damage to Liam.
It's a bolt thing. Scratches at him. Jordan,
Yeah,
I
Raiden's
think
gonna
if you
do
take
a
20
thing.
more of those, you might go down.
take 9 points of poison damage.
Oh boy,
The
sure.
poison spores.
That's not very nice. 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Price how'd you get to act again?
Whoops, that was an accident. Let's not heal.
You're already on full. You're already on full health anyway.
Yes. Whoops. There we go. Let's see here. Let's call the horde. Maybe.
Do I sense fire?
Yes.
You can certainly
Uh,
burn a few of them down there, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna cast fireball. I can't get every single one of them in, so I'm just gonna.
That
do
would help.
this.
That's a good one.
The last guy gets his eyebrow scorched.
Yeah.
He sees his friend go
Damage.
up in a conflagration of death.
I don't know whether to cast as a higher level. No, I'll
No.
just cast it as is.
They seem puny.
It's 29.
Oh,
That's above average.
Well, it doesn't matter if they save against that. It
Yep.
turns out they don't have enough.
We hear
It's
the
good.
shrill shrieks of these tiny creatures burning to death in horror.
Yes, that is good.
Oh, the pain they feel.
Mhm.
Jordan's reason to live.
Their anguish sustains him.
Yes.
Fills
is
with
It is now the only
their
music
tiny,
he craves.
emaciated, and very gaunt
Yes.
bodies, really. Like, they have not been fed well recently.
And as a bonus, I think before I end my turn, who should I help? I'm gonna inspire Roland here beside me. I feel like
Maybe I should hit this time.
maybe you'll actually hit this time. Maybe you'll not get poisoned again.
The X of Bothic inspiration.
And then I can't
Really,
save,
really
right?
The X of inspiration.
And no, I'm still poisoned. Okay.
Bear will bite at Liam.
That is certainly a hit. Unless the bear can be convinced not to by someone.
I'm trying to save her for the rock here, but if you
Okay,
want me
sure.
to spend it
No,
now,
no,
you
that's
have a shield, right?
perfectly fine. I do,
Okay.
but it doesn't help. The shield doesn't help
Take the
against.
damage.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
Bear continues to claw at
Oh,
him.
god damn it. Ow. This is actually starting to hurt now.
Big frenzied bear.
Yeah.
As its massive teeth just gore into him as its claws just pummel at him.
It's a good thing you deal with one of them.
Yes. It's fine. You're fine. Everyone's fine. I'm saving it so Gesh doesn't lose concentration or we don't all die, basically.
Oh. Stupid bear.
Hey, you're a tank. You're supposed to take this damage.
Snarls and he isn't very angry. Just a
Mhm.
big bear. This guy has to take a saving throw.
Yes.
Yes.
Wisdom saving. Advantage.
Nope.
Fails.
No.
Take 17 radiant.
Oh yes, these rolls. Slightly above average.
At all.
A point above average.
Yes.
See if he can punish Cirilla for that. Beaky at her.
Yeah, talk.
11 damage.
I'm gonna stop that.
Misses.
Right, and he'll try to use his talons.
Nope,
No.
Miss with
Does this thing speak Abyssal? I don't even know.
it does.
Probably.
It's
Tell
a
to leave her
demon. So.
alone.
I mean, it was being
In the
tortured.
worst,
by
in the
abyssal,
worst, like
so-
in the worst, like most impolite
it
sentence ever.
screeches, "Get the priest!" In Abyssal, as the monkey moves forward to smack at her to bite at her. Really,
Quote unquote, get
Miss.
the priest.
Miss.
Misses.
he misses because he's slow.
Cirilla has tons of AC.
I'm going to attempt to murder the demon, the big demon,
Please murder the
big
demon.
birdie demon.
That really doesn't define.
The birdie demon. There we go. I'm just like
Birdie
Was
ghosty
it
demon.
burly? Which was
bird.
Tis me, Birdie Demon.
Birdie demon. Birdie
The BDD.
BDD.
As down will come the radiant sword. Now with actual advantage.
Not
Thank you very much.
to be confused with the BBC.
Stop.
Oh, by the way, this guy has to do a
That's true. He has to make a save.
wisdom save.
Oh yeah. Yes.
He fails, so it takes 10.
This guy takes
A 10
9.
radiant.
This is such a good spell.
It's,
In addition, since I'm hitting the rock,
Oh yeah, sneak attack.
16 sneak attack.
Yay.
most effective spell ever we've had, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And then I'll offhand try to stab it again,
Just the spell that keeps on giving.
which is 7 points of damage.
Yes.
7 points of damage.
Aha.
Shrinking away.
Aha!
Blah.
Darrow is still alive. He'll avenge his kin as he walks beyond the burned corpses. Shoots at Liam.
Nope.
Fails miserably. Gosh.
You may proceed to keep running away if you want.
Yes. I think that keeping your concentration is essential here. I believe.
Yes, I agree.
Please don't get hit.
I mean, I could outrun these monkeys,
Yeah. Please outrun these monkeys. And
but that's sort of bears in the way.
but
The
bear-
bear,
the
bear's
bear-
on me.
bear's on
He's
him,
not.
he
He's
can't
not
move.
going anywhere.
Right, just going to.
Don't move.
You could
like,
shoot at Darrow Priest, who's on the other side of the lake.
You could
Yeah.
snipe the priest,
Yeah.
or you can try to kill the rock.
No,
Kill
but
something.
I think you guys got the rock under control. Gershit will Eldritch Blast the Savant.
The good thing is that you can counterspell him now if you.
I don't have any spell slots left.
Those both
Oh.
hit.
Nice.
I guess I should take the catnap spell then. I guess.
24.
The catnip spell.
Catnap. Yeah, it's a Xanatar spell.
See,
It gives a
as he-
short rest in 10 minutes.
Rolls over,
Just knock Gash out after every combat. Like, boom.
Yeah.
coughing blood at the
There, your
dock.
spells are back.
Passing even his. How is it possible? Coming out of nowhere, too.
But
He's the
Beto
hero.
sends his regards.
The villains that killed his community.
That's the thing, you know.
Hey, now.
You're a good villain, and then just heroes just show up to wreck your stuff.
Okay. Let's see. So they want to go after Lay Cirilla.
Yes.
Yes.
There's an argument here. What Lay Cirilla might just want to do is make a melee attack and then just automatically disengage and then just move to the other side of the rock.
Or she can
I-
sanctuary her.
You can
Have-
move
yeah,
to the other
I
side
was
of the
just
rock
gonna
anyway.
mention.
Yeah, sanctuary is good. You need to keep the aura, so.
No,
just
but I mean,
sanctuary.
she can because they can't provoke. Or like, she
Well, that's
doesn't
true. They
provoke
can't
from
provoke
it.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes,
So she
but
can just walk around.
Remember that Sanctuary is going to...
it's not concentration.
It's not
No,
concentration.
but as you hurt people, it'll
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
Oh.
hurt anything. So I
Mhm.
can what I could do if the two big guys are slowed, then I could
Yeah.
just whack the rock and cast Sanctuary and leave.
But then we would lose the aura, which is doing most of the damage.
That's true. Yeah, just put Sanctuary. Just
But you would lose
But
Sanctuary
Sanctuary-
as soon as you do damage.
Yeah, but I don't have to do damage.
Well, the
It's-
aura is doing damage. I
Yeah,
think
No,
that's
the
what
aura
Mike meant.
doesn't do. It's when
doesn't-
Cirilla does damage. It's not when
It's
the aura
not.
does damage. We've had this.
We've
We've
had this
made that.
conversation. It is that the aura will definitely count as using a harmful spell.
Yeah, but wasn't it only if I cast it?
No. If you make an attack, you target a creature with a harmful effect or spell. It most certainly is a harmful effect or spell.
Right. I thought we had. I thought we came that it was okay for Sanctuary after, but all right.
It still might be best for you then you just go to the other side of the rock, so you're away from them, so they'll have to move away from me. At least the one will have to move away from me if it wants to get after you.
Yeah.
then-
I mean,
Because they do decide to go after you, at least I'll get a sneak attack on it. And
True. That's true. I'm just trying to think of anything else I could do, but I can't.
I mean, there's not a lot you need to do, I don't think, unless you wanted to heal Liam,
I could.
because Liam's hurt again.
Yeah. How
This
hurt
cave bear is
Liam?
pissed.
Liam lost like 30 health to the cave bear.
Then like a level 2 level 2. No, actually he's quite far away, isn't he? Crap. Does that cave bear have reach?
No.
No. Oh, just like a level 2 healing word. We'll top him up
Okay.
a decent amount.
Is he healing word's first level?
Yes, and then we can move around to the other side of the rock.
Healing word. Level 2?
Yeah.
Be healed for 10.
It's not amazing, but
And then
it'll do.
you can freely move without provoking. Just move you over here.
Right.
Someone redraw the aura again.
The Darrow that will look to the new foe that is Gesh, and further to the person who's moved in behind Gesh. She will summon up his power to do another lightning bolt,
Guess you've ruined me.
making Cirilla and Gesh do a dexterity saving.
That is an issue.
Let's see. I mean, Jimja likes challenges, right? And he bets
You dodged light very
that Gesh can do it. Yeah.
Uh,
Although Jimja is smart and probably bets on the lightning, but
you know.
with
Oh,
advantage, it's a free.
Jimja wins.
Hey,
Yep, he does.
you'll have to get back to when you're not singed in the face, but sure.
Yep, you both saving. And unless anything else happens, you will take full damage.
Please be a bad roll.
21. Lightning damage.
Could be worse.
Wait, that's wrong actually. I did the numbers wrong, so don't do that.
Oh,
Oh well.
It was the wrong dice.
okay.
There we go.
That is
Guess you-
Also,
8
I'm
extra.
going to click hex really quick to have something to concentrate on. Take 29, and I made it. Okay. Concentration stays.
Spirit Guardians goes down.
Shoot. That is annoying.
Remove the aura.
Cackles at his power. Gesh thought he was the greater warrior. Been proven wrong. His god is weak. Now he can be in the hell of the two-headed master. When you inevitably kill him. So you're not dead. He thinks he's going to.
Yeah, whoever drew the aura, please.
He will however move down here. He wants to get a little distance. Liam.
Well, let's kill the bear, hopefully.
You can do it.
Liam wants to do-
First attack on the bear. If he dies, he'll move up to the rock.
Alright.
Wow! 11?
11 misses the bear.
All right, 16.
16 for 27.
16.
I'm alive.
Yay.
Slay the bear.
All right, he will move
Bear's dead, Halldamir.
up here
Ah, good.
to cleave at the rock. Ignore the
Seems very,
second
very
attack. That's a miss.
Oh no.
miss.
We're all just like clambering around this rock trying to kill
Big
it.
slow monkey. Ugh. It's hard time getting anywhere.
Did my concentration save take into the advantage I get for Warcast?
Looks like no.
No idea,
No.
because you haven't leveled up your token, I think.
No, it is leveled up.
Oh.
Has
Then
the feet and everything.
I
Idly,
don't know.
Doesn't seem
so
to
slow.
take advantage of.
Liam
10
will
damage.
shield that.
Gordon, you take
Oh
9 poison damage.
gosh, okay. 9.
It wouldn't have made a difference anyway, though, because your concentration check was 5.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's 2 rolls. It's
2 rolls, so
advantage.
advantage.
It
That's
could
true.
have.
That's true.
It could have made a huge difference. So
What do I want to do? Is the question.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't seem to have rolled twice, only rolled once.
So I can try and kill this frog. I know it has advantage.
Try to see if
on
there's a way to make that thing do it.
yeah,
Oh, illegal Java argument. I can't use distant whispers. Why?
could I roll to see if I would have got?
Sure, though.
Because
So roll a con check versus DC 14.
My
ho.
my macros for spells are not working for some reason. Like all of them don't work.
That is weird.
Um,
A DC 14 that would fail though.
DC 40. Oh yeah, it is. No, you're right.
well, I was gonna cast Dissonant Whispers, but I can't because I can't call
So
them
tell me
out.
what the distance was supposed to do. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Sorry, let me just check it up because I don't have. Yes. So, target must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, it takes. I'm gonna cast this as a higher level, so takes 4d6 psychic damage on a fail save, and must use his reaction to move as far as it allows. If it makes the save, it's
Advantage
half.
on wisdom saving throws.
Yes. Let me do
Then
the
a magic?
damage.
No.
Fail 4d6. 8. But also Roland, Liam, is really get an opportunity attack on it. So
Well,
If they want to take it
if they
Also,
want
I'll
to
certainly take mine.
I will certainly take mine.
at the time.
But being a warcaster, I can do it with a cantrip. But it's dead, so it doesn't matter.
The big bird is slain,
also
screeching as it falls to the ground, trying to take flight.
Well, it killed it by itself.
I figured out why my spells aren't working if you look at my spell slots.
Yeah, I noticed that. And I didn't know why that was.
Because I have to
That something
manually
is in the
change
wrong
from
place.
my macros, so I will fix that.
All right. A big monkey demon can't catch Gesh. It literally cannot. So it'll swing at the Roland instead, or bite at him.
Okay.
For 8.
Alright, I fixed it now.
Punched in the face. Let me make that 4.
Oh, I need to make my save, correct? I forgot.
Yes, you do.
I'll take 4 damage to the face. So half that.
Oh, that's not enough, is it?
That fails. Yeah. Roland.
Well,
Not an advantage to the monkey, but it is. So
yeah, I wouldn't have advantage of the monkey because I didn't have Figure was helping against the big thing, big rock. But what I can do is, as a quick action, I will disengage.
you don't need to. It can't take reactions.
That's true. I don't need to. Yes.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
I'll move down to this one, which I can sneak attack.
Close is so immobilizing to the.
It is. It's
I
great.
don't know what to do. Slow and.
As I'll proceed to swing at this thing.
Yes.
That hits.
26 points of damage.
26.
And then I'll offhand it.
Good rolls.
Slice.
And then
Oh,
I'll
the-
step. And I'll step. I back up the hill.
Stare sees his chance for greatness. He'll shoot twice at Gesh.
Disadvantage or oh, no, he's right there.
Yeah,
Hitting
that's
for
one
10.
hit. Ouch.
Why aren't you wearing? Why don't you have heavy armor, Master?
I could
I don't know.
He's too far away for me to help, and I'd have to roll a 7 or greater. So
Concentrating. Nothing the poor Dara can do. I'll just move the wound once so you have a better. Here. Yeah. It's getting a little cluttered.
it is.
Let's see. Is the infinite power of a god of the great old ones stronger than a repeating light crossbow?
Who can
Who
say?
I have my doubts.
The next episode of Eldritch
Who
Blast.
are you targeting?
The Darrow.
Which one?
Which
The
one?
Savant.
Oh, the that one.
Savant.
Sure. You hit with the low one. Killing him.
Yay!
Okay.
Maybe you should
And
move
Gesh
into
will-
a cover behind a mushroom or something.
That's not a bad idea. Let's hide behind this mushroom over here. Corner.
I could
Never
have
hit me now.
heal you, but you know.
But the monkey might reach me. Actually, nah.
Fair point.
It is true.
Yeah, Finger Muncher will help rolling against the top one, this guy.
Okay, so presuming that evil and good protection is giving him disadvantage, I don't feel like Liam needs much more protecting.
No, Liam is fine.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I think what I will do is I do want to give a pick me up to our dear friend Gesh over there. There's so many of us hurt that I wonder if I can position myself very easily. In fact, within 60 feet of everybody. I believe it's 60 feet from that healing word. Yeah. And in fact, Gesh is there right now.
Yeah, you're already in range of everyone.
Yeah, so I might as well do that right now. So happy Hanukkah.
9 to everyone, 5 to Cyrilla.
Well, I can even target myself with that, right?
You can, yeah. So you get.
But then
target
you
yourself.
wouldn't get the one from Blessed Healer, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, that would be double dipping, and double dipping is silly.
I don't know if it's...
No, I'm pretty sure anytime you cast a healing spell, you heal as amount.
So if you were targeting yourself with a single target, would you heal yourself
No,
double?
it says specifically when you restore hit points to a creature other than you.
So yeah, if you heal yourself and also heal another creature, you get the heal and the extra from Blessed Healer because you're healing someone else. So.
I'll just do 5 for now.
It doesn't matter. Gonna be. Doesn't matter. I forgot how hurt you are.
And I will come over here because I have much more AC than Roland.
I mean, actually, effectively, I have the same HE because I have shield.
You have shield? Okay. Is that going anytime soon?
Well, I mean, I can cast it if it hits me for 20. If it hits me like a 19 to hit, I can just shield.
I mean, I cannot fight for you.
The point is, it's up to you, right? You don't have to put yourself in danger for me.
Fine. Well, I'm just gonna.
You want to?
I'm gonna whack it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna leave because I can.
Oh, shit.
Radiant Longsword.
That's with Divine Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah, that's the thing that Turk's got.
You said a magic weapon.
No, it doesn't count as a magic weapon.
Well, actually, it doesn't matter for this guy. Look at it. Oh. Yeah.
Well, let's smack the monkey.
He is very wounded,
No,
much like the rock.
no. We will attack the monkey, and then we will move over to the other one. If it
He
dies.
gets double stabbed by me. So.
Well, 12.
12 misses, even with the slow.
17.
18 will hit.
26 damage. Wonderful. Goes over here. Cleaves. Miss.
Yes.
Wonderful second attack, though.
You take 6 points of poison damage.
Man.
Can someone get the medicine skill on him?
Yeah, can someone...
I have the medicine skill on myself.
Someone other than Riordan have the medicine skill.
I've got the medicine skill.
Physician, heal thyself.
I think I'm gonna cast another Dissonant Whispers level 1 at this Balgora. So another save.
Get into its head.
Yes, please run away.
Boo.
No, it definitely makes it okay, so
Aw.
it takes half.
Silly Balgura.
Just trying to help you die quicker. I dare you.
Oh, it's so angry, he'll bite at
Ow.
18.
Who did bite that?
2?
I didn't
Who's
hear
biting
that.
it?
Okay, cut out.
Roland.
Oh. Yes.
Thank God.
I'll have 9 instead.
It's either half or a -3, so
Mhm.
either way. No matter who it hits, it's good.
Then roll an axe. Monkey too slow to catch anyone else.
Yes.
I'll proceed to pounce on it with my attack.
Oh.
That's an advantage because I think I'm you.
Oh,
That's
right, yeah.
true. So you do hit.
Wonderful.
So that is a first attack for 22.
Bloody the creature.
And then offhand 15.
15 hits.
Then that is for 10 damage.
This
Ooh.
heavily
Almost dead.
bloodied. Guess, well, I'll shoot at Gesh with disadvantage. It's his best chance still.
Still hits.
Well,
And he
Oh.
hits, but he doesn't crit.
so 10 damage to Gesh.
Poor guys.
Oh.
You can
Will not break my concentration.
I like the idea that all of us haven't even realised the battle's going on between Gesh epically down the bottom there.
Yeah.
Oh!
Shoot him. Or crit.
Oof.
Yes. Destroy him.
Your crossbow has nothing against
I
my
like
gun.
how your crit only deals 1 more damage though.
Oh yeah. That's a sad crit.
Yes.
Shot and dice.
A crit is a crit no matter
Hooray.
what. Don't put yourself down.
Yeah, Gesh has an epic duel back and forth.
Kind of. Yeah. Cirilla.
Oh great. That's really gonna come
No wounded demon left.
I would like to use my my channel divinity because I get it after a short rest.
I mean, you might as well use it after the battle, I think, at this point, because you can't catch Gesh and Riordan.
Well, no, not Andrew Jordan. They're both the most.
The people who need the most.
Fuck it. I'll just.
You might as well use it after the battle.
It's fine. I'm not gonna get hit, so you can
I'll
just
just
do whatever you want.
whack it and then leave. I guess.
Alright.
I'm not gonna waste another spell slot.
Sure.
Good
Yeah.
roll in your smite, though.
Gonna die
Let's smack it.
on my fake smite.
Fake smite.
Wow.
Diet Smite.
20
Mm.
and 19. Yay! Is that everything?
Yes.
That's everything. Oof, okay.
Oof.
Oof. We did it.
Everybody gather around.
Fucking demons, man.
Do I save from my horrific spore poison?
You'll take it once more, and then
Okay.
6 more damage, and
Oh,
you can get help from your allies.
As Riordan's been slowly eaten by poison.
yes.
Yeah.
Gesh.
So can we spend 10 minutes for me to do my awesome AoE heal?
Sure.
Maybe we can spend an hour licking our wounds.
Yeah, I
so
think
get my spells back.
I think a short rest
Even
sounds like a good
perfect.
idea.
Ugh.
You'll hang out around here for an hour. It seems that much of what they had, as you look for the bodies, they have their crossbows, their basic gear and such, but they don't seem to be rich. The savants even have less than the ones you fought in the past, and a lot of them seem to have like battle scars and cuts and such. They're really in a rather poor state. Their bears seemingly also. Whatever's been going on, life has not been good on them since you fought these kinds of fly.
Liam will pick up a repeater crossbow.
Sure. It's an exotic thing,
Thanks,
I believe.
It's
It's going to be a love heart, but
It's okay. I understood.
Maptools does not handle
Oh,
triangular
does it?
triangular back brackets.
All right. Are we taking a short rest?
Yes.
Sure.
Good.
It also only has a range of 40-1.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Where is? How many extra hit points do I get from you, Rodan?
Roll it. D6.
1d6.
That's if you spend a hit die though.
I am.
So,
It
good,
is a
okay.
light repeater crossbow.
Okay.
I'll spend it as well, I
It
think.
has 40-100 and does a d8 worth of damage.
Fuck it. Spend 3.
You have a
And a
D6 as well.
D6.
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
All right.
That's something.
It is.
Also, since going to be wasted otherwise because rest.
Oh,
A musical performance of 19.
Yay. You can play the song of rest with me as my
Yes.
accompaniment. Yes.
I'm your backup performer.
Yes.
You can certainly take your
Sheep.
zero out here.
Take
Take-
our
take-
sorcerer
take that.
replenishment.
Take
so
that.
I also get 3.
Nice.
Oh, I see how it is. You're just healing Gesh.
Almost perfect.
Gesh is just a battery for your health. That's all.
Cyril's like, come over here, Gesh.
Yeah.
Gesh like, oh, thank God. She's like, no, I broke a nail. You need to sit
Also,
still. So I can-"
it seems that if you
Slap!
If you cast Mass Healing Word, as long as you target others, you also heal from Blessed Healer. So,
Wonderful.
because it's a separate effect.
I thought it would work like that.
Yeah.
But either way.
So, Liam, how you feeling? That bear seem to have dented you a bit.
He looks fine to me.
Liam, like, flicks the blade so the demon blood flies off it and then sheaths it on his back. Shrugs and says, tough, but we have fought worse.
Kind of looks at all the bodies surrounding us.
Never would have thought we could have done this before.
Smiles slightly. True, we have certainly
I don't
improved.
think you ever thought you'd be you'd burn 5 or 6 people alive, Riordan.
No.
Liam spits on the ground. Demon worshippers are not people.
It's true.
Don't say that around Gesh.
It's not a
I
demon,
would
though,
like
as
to
far as
point
I
out
understand
that
it.
neither is the Night Serpent a demon, nor the worshipper.
Hey, I wasn't saying that. I was just pandering to your everyone deserves a life rhetoric. That's all. Not to be judged harshly.
I think they've chosen a life.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys have chosen. That's and I can, I feel perfectly confident condemning these people for that choice.
I know. I burned them alive.
Nods.
I know, this room now.
Good riddance.
Roland sniffs the air slightly, smelling the charred flesh still.
Yep.
Bit toasty in here. Sorry.
Well, I
I'm
suppose
gonna
we
open my own
should
bakery.
proceed to our next stopping point. Now that this is cleared out.
I'll get the caravan.
Yep.
Sure. Let's get going.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Mm-hmm.
To
I
certain
mean,
doom.
no, it's just long tunnels. It's more long.
Well, did these demons disappear when we killed them? Or are they here?
Manakai's AFK.
Oh no.
Yep.
He cannot ask you.
Because
God is gone.
if they disappear, they were summoned, but if they're here, they physically walk through a portal to get here.
Man, they physically came here. Or one of the demons.
Or a caster physically put them here permanently. So.
Open the.
Which one of the demon lords probably could have done?
I mean, this was Demogorgon. They had two heads.
Yeah.
And Blabbern.
Wonderful.
Like putting like a portfolio of which arch nemesis is it today?
I mean, they fought over the city, right? The succubus later wanted it for whatever patron that was called, and Demogorgon wanted it through the Darrow. So.
Are the demons here, or their corpses here, or have they
They're
disappeared?
like melt into inky blackness,
Oh, then there must be something.
Okay.
burning away.
All right, good. Good riddance.
Not made to stay in the world.
Summoned goodness.
In this case, summon badness.
Back to
Yeah.
Never Never.
Well, let's go skipping with our caravan all the way down here.
Also, do we need the lizard to pull it at this point? Like, can we just isn't Liam strong enough that he could just pull it single-handedly?
Just one with pinky finger.
Warning, I'm beginning to get a headache again today, so if we end sort of at some point early, it's probably because I won't need to.
That's
My
perfectly
goodness.
fine. No problem.
Totally understandable.
But so far, I'll soldier on. Yeah, as you continue further south along the way, things change a bit. At first, there's not much of a change, except clear signs that these people have sort of scoured the place clean. And then you get to what is probably close to the City of Blades, because there begins to be warning signs or some such. Lines and lines of Darrow corpses that seem to have been bound to stalagmites and then burned by a very hot flame from the bottom and up, meaning that their sort of lower half of their bodies are just charred ashes, while the top half is just lightly cooked. From their sort of frozen faces, it seems that their madness has been added to by intense pain, most likely being slowly or half burned alive, while bound to these and left here. Beyond that, there are banners hammered into the rock floor, on which the symbol of the City of Blades and of the Deep King are marked, a clear warning to any who would come close. Beyond that, the symbol has changed slightly. It is also now surrounded by rings of on the banner.
Oh, you cut out the
you
rings
cut
of
out.
something.
Right. But the Deep King symbol is now also surrounded by rings of burning flame. This is the
Oh, this is
no.
never a good sign.
It's a coup.
It seems that quite the purge has taken place as you continue to walk, and the bodies just don't stop.
I mean, he did specify that would be the case.
Yes.
He was going to be purging, as it was.
Yes.
You know, not just like warrior-looking Darrow, just
All Darrow.
all sorts of walks of life seeming.
You know, I am unable to care one whit about the Darrow. They are terrible people.
After Papito, I think Reardon is doesn't have a problem with ignoring it. So.
It's just, it's like for Liam, it's like going through. Oh, someone has chopped down wood, and there's lots of pile of wood around. That's like what he sees, basically.
That is a lot of
Even the children.
desensitization.
He doesn't. They're all small to him. You know, he doesn't see the difference.
Hey,
I
I'm
think
small
we've
too.
seen a grand total of 5 Darrow, at least more or less closer than just passing by, and spoke to none of them.
We had a Darrow try to strangle and murder Riordan. That was pretty.
And drown me.
Yep, that was pretty good.
I love that.
Oh, 6 then, yeah.
And he was the
Yeah.
nicest. of them.
You forgot about that.
as
Oh,
far
so
as we
traumatic.
PTSD hits again.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
And
why
he-
I'm half warlock.
And he was the nicest of them.
He was very nice
He was
until
the
he
one who
turned
helped
crazy.
us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As you continue on, it's more and more grandiose, like closer to the city. They're also like up the walls and such, and it's quite clear that the fire that has burnt these is no ordinary flame mark left on the stone, melting.
Well, Malachi, can I suggest an Arcana check to perhaps recognize Dragon Flame?
Yes.
Sure.
I'll help him with this.
I don't think I need to check because that would be the most terrible thing that could happen to the city, so it probably did.
20.
Yeah. These Dara were burned by dragon.
Oh no. Oh,
So, Fembershot buddied up with the king.
that's not good.
Or was ordered to, perhaps.
I feel like a conflict of interest is going to come upon us soon. Great.
Yeah. You continue on, and you indeed turn the corner where you see the. Well, you haven't really seen it from the side, but the big stone gate that would lead blades, the little slits above the door, as in Undercommon, Dwergar, likely invisible on you, demands to know who travel trade.
Well, as it turns out, traveling the trade road are traders. We are coming from. Oh, what was the city called again?
Lightenstone.
Blytonstone to trade salt for weapons, as the city is known for great ones.
You're no Swervneblin. Why do
An
you come here?
An astute observation. As it turns out, we are merely helping the Swervneblin, as in return, they will help us. However, there's a demon problem to be solved first, for which we require an well enough equipped army, hence the weapons.
The outer gate is opened as a couple of well, it's really empty in there, but of course, it's not empty. You just can't see them. Having been here before, as the smoke bellows out, the two gate system letting you in, where they then check your able to fill it probably with like with natural gas and such. If you fail to have the right, turn out to be spies or invaders or some such. You're allowed into the first. Do you wait for your like trader people to come up? That makes sense, right?
Yeah, because otherwise they would be suspicious because we'd be there and not have a trader caravan with us. So it only makes sense.
Before we give the call to the actual caravan to come, Gash would at least like to make some quick small talk to see how the city is doing. Like what's the king up to these days?
Doesn't seem like the guard at the door wants to have small talk. Given that he's above him with a crossbow and a tiny sort of arrow.
You could appeal to him just.
You will know that the idea is that you will enter the sort of the gate. You'll present your papers,
yes.
And then either they will throw you into the dock district if you only have a basic commercial license. However, you remember that you were given a real commercial license, which lets you into the property.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, I'm
sure.
Assuming everything will be fine. But Gash does want to specifically ask, how are the purges going? I noticed Fembershot seems to be involved. Was that a voluntary decision by the Wormsmith, or was he ordered?
Glory to Thimberchard and the Deep King, the Union of Flame. Sort of as soon as you mentioned them, he says, papers.
The Union, a recent development, I assume?
So looks Gesh in the eyes and says, "Glory to the Wormsmith and the King."
Oh, yes, I absolutely agree. I'm just curious about the ever evolving
Papers.
history of your. Yes, here, papers.
Roland is ever paranoia. Would like to try and judge to see, is it just him basically not wanting to answer, or is there something else going on?
Sense the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. How natural is that reaction?
I must do this or they will burn me alive.
Yeah, basically trying to figure out if
Is
like
this
yeah,
a
we'll do the
dictatorship
inside.
union? Fear,
yeah,
tyranny.
basically, is this magically? Is this him being stubborn? Is it him being afraid? Oh, here's that. 26.
How?
I'll give you a cultural reference. Have you ever played Papers, Please?
Yes.
That is the vibe you're getting from
Glory to its dot.
It is what you say when someone mentions the glorious leaders of your city,
Or your family will be burned alive.
because there is always people listening.
All right.
The Dwerga cannot see invisible people, but they are very easy. They can turn invisible very easy.
Okay.
And they know that there's always someone listening, probably to this very conversation right now.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Roland's paranoia has been dealt with
Mhm.
by telling him that there's people watching.
Mm-hmm. And that is what paranoia does. Yeah. Do you present your paper?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have papers. We have a
Well,
genuine,
we'll
trading
check them.
interest.
Then double check them, then triple check them before giving you a stamp. Your little book you've been given, and then letting you inside. Clearly slightly bemuffed at your ability to have papers coming from the trade realm. It is not his place in this world to ask questions. As you're allowed into the city of blood, something you've missed.
Mist? Who?
Filthy, dirty mist
Oh.
of
Choking us to
char
death.
and
Oh, the mist. I heard that you've missed.
I think more appropriately it's smog.
Yes. The smog that makes us die inside horribly.
just cheat a little bit. You don't need to load a huge.
Die both inside and outside.
Yes.
Back here, the invisible guards, like they were. However, also now compared to before, many visible guards marching in like small regiments of six and seven back and forth in the streets. Each of them seeming to have one of the keepers of the flame assisting. Potentially
boy.
fire magic. Show that in. You do get some glances from people, but the people here seem to just see you, maybe wonder about you, but go very quickly about their day still. The city also has a bunch more banners than I remember, hanging from tall buildings, and any real place where one could possibly put a banner. There's a banner hanging. King, the Black Crown, the city.
This feels very oppressive, guys.
The city didn't before.
Hear the hissing of the gas flames.
It looks to me that the king merely got his city back under control. We should not judge how they rule, but it certainly does seem effective.
Without without the tempering element of the giants.
That may be true, but whatever might be the case, I do believe that a unified City of Blades is beneficial to fight demons with.
I'm more worried about how this will affect our dealings.
Liam shrugs. It's the gnomes that needs to do
Let's
the
just make this
actual.
as quick as. Let's just make this quick and stay low as possible.
Agreed. Let the gnomes do the trading. We'll hang out. Keep low. If you see Grant, though, kill him.
Already ahead of you.
Do you go back out to get your gnome friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they will say that if you're heading their caravan, they can even get like the real weapons, not like shitty Sahagin one.
Yeah.
From the docks.
Yeah.
Being allowed to trade in the proper market.
You are. Yeah, they're getting to trade in proper markets. Enjoy.
Yeah, sure. They'll say it'll probably take a couple days of dealing with these things. They have a guy who trades.
Is it the Salt Baron?
It is,
Yes.
yes. They're surprised you've heard of him, but
Yes, give
he helps them with some certain stuff.
Liam
As,
points
this,
to
this
his
is when
old
we like
splint
all draw
mail.
salty weapons.
Yeah,
Yes.
Liam's old splint mail is full of salt. That's
My salty longbow
Just
is still a
salty
thing.
leather.
I have a
salty leather.
Salt
I have-
and weapons.
Give-
The two things that Swift need. Beyond that, he sometimes helps them with some things that they need to get out of the city or into the city and such.
give our kindest regards to the Salt Baron.
Yes.
He's not. He seems to no longer be a really sort of a figure who's around, having seemingly gone with the Grey Ghosts to some place below. But some of the Swift Neblin merchants have an idea of how to contact him.
Oh, I don't suppose the Swift Neblin has any assassin contacts in the town.
Assassins, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Were you going to put one out and grab?
Yes, absolutely.
Put a bounty on him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you
500
gonna
gold to
stay
whoever brings me the head of
during-
Gront, the traitor.
during your time here.
Is there somewhere like there's a bunch of dead Darrow? Could we hide in the district, or I don't know?
Go to
The
the
Darrow
Darrow
district, if you want to go there, seems to have been thoroughly
No,
it has been. It's like there was always a wall around it, and that is now increased. It doesn't seem to be a place anyone goes. It's been
Right.
closed off, and seems to be a military area.
Sure.
if anything, we should make an obvious point that we dislike the Darrow.
It's the bug
Yes.
wall
You know?
around Boston. It's just don't go.
Yeah, don't go there.
Justine even.
Just try and find the most inconspicuous place we can, I suppose, to stay.
Well, that would certainly be the Dog Lake district. All the weird people are here.
Yeah.
Here you stand out very much because you're not Darrow.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a better
Goes
idea. We
to
don't.
the
We'll
Dark
go
Lake
to the
district.
Dark Lake district.
Basically, whatever tavern we plan to stay at, I think just stay in the tavern and don't go anywhere.
Sure, I mean there is. You were in a tavern. Stayed there, the Shattered Spire.
Because it might just be best for us to basically stay there and, as little as possible, leave the building.
We will hang out in the Shattered Spire.
It is where Verse hung out. The Saltbeer.
Because if we travel around too much, word of us might spread more.
Mhm.
Probably already has.
And then we would have
the
to
point
kill
is-
the
the
entire
point- the
city.
point is-
And
The
we
point
don't
is
have
minimize
time for
how
that.
many people see us.
yes.
Here you go. Could you roll me a perception check as you walk through the district?
Sure.
Sure.
We can certainly roll perception checks.
Yes, we can. Oh. Cyrilla always. Oh God.
Oh, by the way, Liam is using Nyx here to scout for hidden people around us.
Sure.
It's true. Nyx can see invisible things everywhere.
22 then.
Nyx is freaking out.
Ah!
Oh, there's so many. All right, Cyrilla and Liam both notice it, though. You see something big and fluffy and green at the marketplace that you do recognize. Awkwardly standing to the side a little bit, his companion. You recognize Rumperdump and Stool.
Yes.
Stool still with the spiky hat he got from
Yes.
Eldith. As Rumperdump seems to sort of be looking at people passing them and sort of pushing them to the side. They've sort of been pushed into like a groove, like a corner where some boxes are and such,
They've become part of the scenery.
where they just sort of stand and people are just ignoring them. Business being very busy. Rumperdump clearly tries to maybe like talk to anybody, but nobody like pays them any mind.
Yay, friends! Let's go and meet them.
Let's go and talk to them.
She walk off. Stool sees you first and hops up and down and wags pushing into Rumperdump. Almost gets stepped on the little spike on his head. Or he turns and looks in your direction, letting out a puff of spores as he sees you.
Activate mushroom mode now.
Yes.
Friends, I did not expect to see you around here.
Likewise.
Stool and I are on our mission. We were selected because we have been here before. It is much more difficult than I remember to speak to anyone. He looks at all the people walking past. Stool hopping up and down, looking at you all very excitedly that you're here.
Yeah, it seems that the people who are here are a lot more eager to not make trouble for themselves.
How long have you been in the city?
We've been here for some cycles. We were asked to go here with some others, but they are staying outside. We were only able to go because the guards recognized us as your friends. They still put us in this district. It seems that it is hard to get custom armor for Myconits, this place. The Gnolls have been cruel to our people. We have tried to find a new home, but it seems they are very agitated. Metal armor would do a long way to help us. We have brought herbs and mushrooms to trade, but they are not interested.
Well, Liam scratches his chin. We could perhaps make a deal then. For you see, Rumpadump, we are also here to trade. We were planning on seeking you out again, because you see, we are up against an army of oozes, whose special capabilities melts our arms and armor. Perhaps if we can trade with you then, if you have spores that would help us protect our equipment against these foes, then we could use some of our influence here in the city to get you what you need.
Move his little arms in agreeable fashion. As, we'll say, that would be most fortunate. Our grove has seen better days. There are strange things going on. We have left the grove, all of us. However, some remain. We don't think they can be saved from themselves. He seems distraught at this. We have always been able to find consensus, to agree, and find middle ways for. Now we buy steel. This is not our way. Even Stool is a little bit like buffed at this. Stool looked so much forward to it. Yet there was no home to return. You saw yourselves.
Well, you always have to keep in mind that things could be much worse. And as long as things are not entirely hopeless, which they are not, as it turns out by definition of the word not entirely hopeless, there's hope.
Yeah, he looks and says, yes, hope. I will give you our goods. I don't truly know the value. I'm not very good at this, he says, sort of looking at the box and looking at the people going about. He doesn't seem to really get much of it. This, you have helped us, and I will give them to you. If you can help us get something we can use, then I will thank you. But even if not, I trust that you will make good.
I do fear that while our reputation does give us the opportunity to trade for proper wares, there are other parts of our reputation that may turn out to be rather lethal. I am not entirely sure what the city thinks about us yet.
Well,
or in particular, certain individuals in the city.
If you provide us an estimate of what you need, Rumpadump, we could pass it along to our trade caravan. They are in the city to trade for arms and armor, and maybe we can pick up similar wares for you at the same time.
We'll look at Stool. Had his little head helmet, which is effectively just a Prussian cavalry helmet. Round, fits him well, and has a spike on the top.
Yep.
I love it.
Something like this. We have never used such things before. I don't know what we need, but something like this.
All right.
We had brought some shiny things, but It seems the man I gave them to has left.
Oh,
We only have herbs now.
well,
I think I would be happy to fund.
looking over the crates with herbs, how much would it be?
I mean, you're not really sure. But, like, to the right people, which is definitely not the Dwargar,
Yeah.
they could be worth, like, a couple hundred gold.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, we need them for the war effort. So my thinking is we give them to our trade caravan, which with counterguards from the Myconids, and in return, the trade caravan will share some of the arms and armor they're buying with the Myconids.
And they would have a better reputation, and so definitely get sold at some point.
Yeah, and we're gonna use them anyway. That's the
yeah.
thing. We're gonna use them in the battle. So, and we need this. So, they should
do.
be reasonable to this request. Also, with the heroes of the city over there. So,
Yep.
I feel they should be. I feel they can spring for like 20 helmets or however many they need. And if not, I'll put in some gold.
Me too. I don't
Want to wield your reputation. Get a good.
Sure do.
Could the party then do a party persuasion check?
I was thinking with the not with the City of Blades, but with the trade caravan.
Oh, yeah. Well, they will be able to get a good deal, given that they don't have much of a respect in the city, Neblin, but you do.
Right.
The Dwargar, like most races that do slaving, which is really only them, and they distrust the Drow.
So
They're fairly supremacist, especially now, it seems.
If we throw around our weight here, we might draw attention to ourselves. That's what I'm fearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to offhand it to
You
third
would be able
parties.
to help both parties well.
Yep.
But we're not trying to get rid of the herbs. We need them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it would be for your merchants to get enough stuff to equip both them and the merchants.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, it seems risky, but might be worth it. What do you guys think?
Could you give me a quick summary? I was on the toilet. Something group persuasion.
Sure. Explain, Jonas, because
We want to wield our influence in the City of Blades to get better deals for the caravan. That way, the caravan will have enough to share with the Myconids.
I think it's worth the risk.
I mean, does
But
everyone have to do it? Can maybe we only have two forefront people doing this? We don't have to do it as a group, no. So we don't all have to throw away. It could be just two people who can actually persuade people to do so.
I mean, a group persuasion check is basically Manakai hand waving whether one of you offends everyone to the point where everyone else is also disrespected. Yeah.
All right, sure.
It's not something we can argue our way past, I think. But that said, I think we should try it for the sole reason that I hope the king is still grateful.
You will your influence have it in that you will get this done. The check is to see
how the outcome.
If people were angry about it.
Sure.
Let's go for it.
All right.
What's the worst that can happen in a city where an ancient red dragon hates us?
Any advantage or anything on it?
Nope, just base.
I'm gonna re-roll that with a luck. I need better. 11 plus 6, so 11 plus 6, 17.
Listen, guys, you just shut up.
Shut up.
I understand xenophobia.
So we have 28-17.
Two successes so far.
You're looking at DC 12.
Okay.
You can do it. Come on, Roland. You're so charming, aren't you? Oh, wow.
Yeah. He did
Well,
it.
yes, apparently.
In the City of Rogues, he is...
admittedly, I have 9 charisma now, not 8. I've got up.
He's very aware of all the invisible people, and so it doesn't say anything weird any time.
There we go.
Yes, I love the dragon.
Oh,
Bathed in flame, yes, it is great.
Praise the Union of Flame.
Liam let slip. Oh, our dragon is better. moves.
Oh!
Oh.
Run! The gig.
I mean,
the jig is up.
I mean,
we're not
we-
hiding Cinder, are we?
We are.
No.
Are we? Okay.
Well, I mean,
We
we're
are.
not
Thunder's gone. Now
showing
it's
him
not
off
like
to
a weird
everyone.
enemy
But
chase.
We,
Where we
we
find
give
Yeah,
him we give him some raw meat and some gold and hide him under a tarp in a wagon.
The thing is, I am pretty sure all the relevant people are going to know because we told the king.
But
If they are all
Cinder
like,
believes that force solves all his problems.
Thundershot will not know.
pretty sure the king is smart enough not to tell him that there's another dragon.
But
that's true.
yeah. So with that,
technically succeeded.
you have succeeded. Yeah.
Yes.
Just barely with my roll.
So while the merchants and such says there will be a man who comes and knocks on your door, assuming you stay together. Like
Mhm.
a little paranoid, perhaps you stay like in your room. Yeah, when you're not outside talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we move as a group, definitely.
But he will come with an invitation to a dinner with the king, who is the invitation says that he's most distraught that you have not made a visit to him.
Well,
Well-
shit. Now we have to.
We
Yeah, obviously. If the king wants a dinner with you, you ask when.
Hmm.
I feel like this would have happened regardless. It's just the result of what happens when we go there is what.
This could be
It's gonna
Thundershot
change.
on a huge pillow looking at us.
It's
The
the
king is
incubus.
actually Thundershot, like in a coat.
Yeah.
Polymorphed as true polymorph.
Succeeding you.
And then he slowly crawls his way there.
He has the tiniest crown on his head.
Big fat head with a tiny
Big fat
crown.
head with a tiny crown. Yeah.
He's so proud of it. Well, I guess we go to a dinner with the king then.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Right. Do you wear anything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Full arms and armor.
Everything. I mean, I can probably hide. Like I can wear leather armor stylishly. That's fine.
Listen, guys.
I'm a
king
noble. I can
feels-
weave my clothes in just fine.
If the king feels offended by how we present ourselves, I think we will figure out exactly how hot Dragon Flame really is.
Mhm.
Listen, Gash. The king owes us a debt of gratitude based on our martial prowess. To display such martial prowess to him is only right, I believe.
Well,
That
I,
is-
for one, am going to go shopping.
Did you already have like fancy clothes from this very
Yes.
place?
I have.
Yes, but they are a few months out of style at this
Oh,
point.
of course, yes.
I bought a pair back in Blightstone that just fit me perfectly.
Also, they are likely slightly used at this point.
Oh, I suppose so. Well, okay. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Liam will actually go and get like a tabard fitted so he can have that over his ankeg plate.
Okay,
What-
no,
what
Reader's
symbol
coming with
does he
you to
have
make
on the
sure
top?
you get a good one.
It is the Spiral Vanguard symbol. But it's also his own. So you have your house and then you do your little own flair to it. The Spiral Vanguard is a tower with a sun behind it, like a white tower with a golden sun, and then Liam has added a sword to that for himself.
Eldith, well, I suggest that she stay home.
Yes.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All every companion stay together. Do not leave the tavern and have weapons within reach at all times.
Eldith's pretty strong. He's in watch.
Yeah.
Big
All
claws.
our companions are not coming with us. So.
I wonder how we got Glabagool into the tavern.
You'd be surprised.
I guess.
They have had giants,
Wow, fire giants.
though you don't see anymore.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
I guess they moved.
To the grave.
No. Who knows?
Who knows?
Do you all go in and get like cool tabard? Sort of flair do you add to yourself?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't really hear what was all going on for this main bit.
You're going to go and have dinner with the king.
That I heard.
A royal dinner.
Before that, Gash wants new clothes because his have been used.
This is the reason why I have my fine set of like dress up clothing separate to my travel clothing.
Packed in like plastic form.
They've been packed safely at the bottom of the bag, away from everything else. Technically, have a bag of holding. They've been safe in another dimension this whole time.
Yeah, Reardon's gonna get a tabard as well, and he'll have the symbol of his house on it, which is this. If it like, I don't know if I can paste it in. I can't. Well, it's basically this.
Oh,
In a sense.
yeah.
Which is the symbol of his house.
I get it. Heartspark.
Yes.
With other people getting tabards, Roland's going to be watching them, but they're just going to sit there for a while thinking.
I don't have a house.
This is Reardon's
you
own
really do
element
that.
here.
I'm
House
just
of
waiting.
Sylvan.
I'm waiting for Lady Cirilla's because that's going to be just splendor, isn't it? That's the most.
This is a noble's dream.
A halo to place upon her brow. Does she get anything fancy?
I don't know if Halldamir's here.
Halldamir?
He said BRB before the persuasion check, so I believe it was.
Too much something.
But no.
Yes. Oh, back now.
Well, Halldamir, does Cyrilla get any fancy new clothes or armor for
Fancy
her
new.
visit to the king?
Toilosaur. I see.
What did others do?
I got one
Tabards,
with
mainly.
Tabards? What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Percent.
she has noble clothes, like fancy clothes. But why not? She can't say no to a good shopping spree.
I think mostly for Liam's case, it was to hide the fact that he is fully ready battle mode to go. So
True.
I mean,
true.
so is, remember, the king. Well,
Yeah, that's true.
plate mail.
so
Yeah.
All the time. The dwarves pretty much all the time, where even like normal dwarf business, usually have like chainmail into their.
I mean, they are expected. I mean, every man, woman, and child is expected to defend the city at any time.
Oh yeah, and it seems like it certainly is a bigger deal here now. By far.
Well, all right. I'll do a similar thing as Liam then. Obviously armed, but let's make it pretty, all right?
pretty.
Go to an armor polisher.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
hammered out.
Add some. I don't know, like an over.
Polish.
Like an overcloak or something. Just stuff to look nice, you know.
Yeah. By the way, now we talk about looking. There's also a constitution check.
Yes.
Oh
As you
god.
begin to cough and spew the gross phlegm.
I hate this part. Oof.
Oh, good.
Okay. Good so far, guys.
No, watch this. No.
Lowest was 13 of reordered. The rest of us got 19 or 8.
Well, then you're fine
Oh.
for the next week.
Actually,
Okay.
with everyone going out to get these tabards, Roland does have an idea for what he'll get for his tabard to join them on this. So we all have one. We all have one. I don't have a picture of it because I hadn't put that much thought into this exactly, but in character I know what it would be. Which is Roland's going to take the symbol that used to be on his parents' adventuring flag. Which I don't have a good idea what the symbol was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kind of their crest for adventuring. Which I'm gonna have to think up now.
How does he feel wearing that?
It's, taking up the mantle in a sense.
It's an odd set of it's a very odd feeling for him. Because on one hand, you know, it's Roland having to come face to face with the everything that kind of him kind of losing his father to the Underdark and all, and possibly with it all, but also the fact that at the same time, maybe Maybe almost a bit of a warm feeling in some ways, though. Because in a sense, his father's been protecting him this whole time. Without him kind of doing all the scouting in the Underdark, Roller wouldn't know, how to feed the party down here. So, a tiny bit of pride as well. But it's mixed feelings.
I would also presume that I don't know about Riordan, but Cyrilla would at least get her family crest.
Yeah, I got mine too earlier.
Yeah, because they have theirs.
We can gush about them to each other.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of waiting. It's not a banquet. They don't have to actually dress up a lot. Have it. It's dinner. Knowing the cuisine, it's probably not going to be super fancy because that's not really how the Gregor do. They generally live very Spartan lives, very efficient. Beyond that, you will notice something, that is that all of the chimneys in the city are working. Thumping of the big furnaces are going faster and stronger, seemingly all of them producing in once. The smog thicker. The city's certainly going at full capacity. Producing as you go around, seemingly weapons and armor, such things. Manacles. Yeah, you can certainly go to follow up on your royal invitation to the big stone palace building, which is pretty much just a fort, keep tall and with guards and such. They stay on top. It's a massive doors for you. You feel maybe a little bit like going in. A cool moment walking out to the doors and they just get opened by invisible. Walk into the hall. The Deep King, unopposed, though, as you surely know, there's tons of them. I should watch and see a change, indeed. Horgor Steelshadow the Fifth, Deep King of the City of Blades, is sitting upon his throne, but sort of languid, his body behind the throne, curled around it, his face to the side, is Thembacha, laying there, languidly with a sinister into.
You're cutting out a lot again, Monica.
That is annoying.
I know.
Lower your mic sensitivity in Discord, perhaps.
Hmm.
Hey, Fat Dragon.
Please, Liam. No.
Are we gonna have to kill someone every time we come
Let's
into
take
this
on
fucking
Thembershot.
server?
Come on, we can do it.
I mean,
We could take him.
this room has just almost ended our campaign once, so
Oh god.
someone at the door.
And that's the buzzer saying begin the arena fight.
That was my doorbell.
3,
Close
2,
enough.
1.
Oh, I forgot how fat Thembacha was.
He's huge.
He is a huge dragon, though he seems more active than before. His body has not lost weight, but it has gained muscle. As you look upon him,
Looks
his
slightly
face no
less
longer
blocky.
languid and full of spots from grease. Now it is sort of slightly singed by his own fire. As he lays there, his body, basically, you see the heightened throne is curled around it, languidly overlaying some of the big gas flames that still burn in here.
So it's like a blob.
Looks upon you, chief advisor to the Deep King.
What did we promise him again?
Amazing amount of gold, but fuck that.
As you come in, the king stands from his throne and raises his hands out to you and says, "I suppose you did not want to disturb me, my friends."
Oh, that
For you
is.
to come to the second platform where a table has been set up with some chairs for you.
That is indeed true, Your Majesty. Our purpose here is humble, a mere trading mission, even if its eventual goal is to fight more demons, as we want to do.
Yes, demons. I myself has rooted out quite a few from this city, with the aid of someone I understand you have some acquaintance with. She reaches a hand over towards Thimblechard, who sort of sniffs once with his nostrils flaring as it sort of does a strong wind towards him. His hot breath sort of smoldering.
Well, Gesh will bow to both of them as hard as he possibly can, because, oh god, please don't kill me.
I think Roland's copying.
Liam will do a bow as well and say, "We saw the fruits of your labors, Your Majesty, on the way here to the city. Very impressive. I do believe we also ran into a small group of refugees from the Purge, and I am happy to report that we have put them to the sword." As he will do a bow again.
Giving them freedom was the worst mistake my ancestors ever did. I have re-enslaved those I could catch, and the rest I have removed. The drow have paid me handsomely for them. Their mistake, he says, smiling wickedly behind his beard. Thembochart himself has eaten well, I should think. Says, perhaps you wonder what has come to our dealings. I believe you still owe me quite some.
A sum that I believe we could never possibly repay, I'm fairly sure.
So suck it.
It is true, you have waited long. However, I am amiable, a generous master. He looks upon you. His beady eyes, enjoying the power he feels he has over you. I have done some to rectify what is owed, and I shall take no more recourse against you. I suppose, to my word, I have made sure that the debt is repaid one way or another.
Might I inquire what exactly you mean by that?
Some came along after you had left, some who were looking for you, and who were rather destitute at the time. I decided to aid them as I aided you. They were much happy to take my coin. And I feel that if you have not encountered them, then that is their fault, not yours.
Well, he equipped the Drow expedition. I mean,
Which apparently failed.
feeling shrugs, whatever. If we run into those guys again, that is a battle we will. That is a battle Liam will not willingly back down from. He wants to kill those people.
Mm-hmm.
Deepkin looks over and says, beyond that, you freed me, and I saw that Thimblechard, the wormsmith, was not always as languid and fat as he had begotten. The demon's influence had upon him as well. Sort of looks at Thimblechard, who seems annoyed at the words, but doesn't openly challenge the king.
Yes, he's wearing the pants.
I mean, we weren't gonna say
I
anything.
freed him, and he was more than happy to bring his vengeance upon those who had brought him to such a low state.
A low state indeed, but the future does look bright with your unified front.
Morgan nods and says, when we next go to battle, it shall be... He sort of looks at Thimblechard as if he wants to say something, and then just looks as together. A majesty of such beings as us. Thimblechard again huffs slightly.
The situation outside is dire, Your Majesty. The large swaths of the Underdark seem to have fallen on the sway of the demons.
Says that if they come here, I shall destroy every single one. My city is mobilized. Hundreds of my people ready to defend it. None more shall be allowed in without thorough checks. And if they fail, we shall bring upon them their own doom. The drow know it. They have taken the slaves we sold and have left. All shall know it. My throne is mine, and no one else's.
Liam nods this.
Still grips it.
Liam doesn't want the throne. He's fine with the High King having it.
He goes, please eat. There is rations enough for all of us. You're giving some hard sausage and like bread,
Delicious.
some water you can dip it in.
Lovely. Some real food.
Yep. No, Liam will eat.
Ron's not the chef for once.
Your city is a bastion, to be sure, and its defenders are, as Gesh sort of sneakily glances over to Fembershout, massive, to be sure. But I do believe that this demon threat is of a scale that is hard to imagine. If left unchecked, it may very well that not only the entirety of the underworld, with the exception of their city, but perhaps the rest of the entire world may fall under their control. And even the most strongest defended fortress might then have troubles if it is surrounded from all sides.
Slightly says, let them try. Says, I'd hoped you would stay. Perhaps with you we might not need to enter once again isolation. Perhaps I could send you to scout before striking. There are old ruins and places the drow have taken long ago that we could regain, expanding our kingdom for the first time in hundreds of years. She smiles slightly, looking at Thempachard. With the power we now hold, a unified city, unified in faith, in strength, and in anger at what was done to us. She'll nod slowly and says, we could regain what was once ours.
I'm afraid that us staying is not an option, for our place is not here in the Underdark.
He frowned slightly at that.
We simply do not fit, nor would we, I believe, survive long, as the city itself seems intent on, well, delivering a slow death, to be honest. The air is almost poisonous. Nevertheless, we, of course, enjoy our visit, and will likely visit in the future as well.
You hoped to sneak in and slink away without my notice, I take it. Even though last time I sent you away with gifts. He looks at you. What have you done that should make you hide so? He looks at you, clearly slightly paranoid as he considers his options.
I believe we merely thought that our purpose here was perhaps not really that important. We were going to send message of the things we've learned, to be sure. However, your invitation came pretty immediately, so we did not have the chance.
Could you guys roll a diplomacy check?
A persuasion.
Persuasion, yes.
I mean, it doesn't matter which one, but he's sort of going into the area of bullshitting things. Of course we were going to send a message. Oh, that's terrible.
We all have inspiration right now.
Yeah.
If we do, I'm going to use that.
Right.
Give one a while back.
I should have used that before the check.
Can't use it to re-roll a dice afterwards.
You can reroll, yeah.
Okay.
Can I use mine to give it advantage on this reroll?
Sure.
Alright.
Advantage on the reroll, 17.
17.
It's barely better.
And the king leans slightly back as he looks to Thempachard. And says, there's much treasure out there. much wealth that my people could gain. You've seen it, haven't you? The demons have weakened not just us, but everyone else, and we are the first to recover from it. I heard news of the Myconids, their people scattered and destroyed. I understand the tradeway is still closed, though I intend to open it swiftly. We are making headway on that every day as we speak. Strikes against the refugees who dare defy my commands. To the south, the drow are afraid. Things have come from below, scattered them. The creatures on the lake, more and more of them are simply mad, gibbering masses. No organized resistance remains.
Well, Your Majesty, we have seen some things that have worried us greatly. It is true that the Myconids are scattered and heavily weakened, but the reason for this is the presence of what we believe is a demon of formidable power. A demon prince, or princess in this case, has taken up residence within the old Myconid home. The Queen of Rot, I believe.
And do you think such a thing, a demon, such as the one that bewitched myself, could stand against the might of Thembachard and Horgar Steel Shadow, the defenders of this city? This city is called the City of Blades, for we have many. It will fall upon them all.
Oh, we have no doubt that all of you, and Fembershot especially, could destroy this demon. Queen, prince, princess, whatever it may be. I would just think that it would be a glorious sight indeed, as I believe she has taken up hold in some sort of enormous fungus. It would burn brightly, I'm sure.
And yet there is nothing in that forest for us. Nothing to be gained. No. But north is perhaps correct, answered Thembashot. A land there once was carved by my ancestors. A labyrinth.
We have heard of said labyrinth, although we have not explored it, for obvious reasons.
We
It
have
is said that dark things dwell there, but surely nothing compared to what we've already faced.
Liam seems to think in
Perhaps I
this.
should send you there to take a look, to delve upon those ruins, and find what is there, so that we can strike coordinately.
From what we have
Sort of
seen or
nods to
said,
himself, tucking his beard. Thembachat smiling slightly and says, "Perhaps that is wise, my king." Looking at you with a glint in his yellow eyes.
Can we say no?
There is much
I-
reward to be had for you for such a task.
I think we are politically
Perhaps
stuck.
a permanent place in my guard. Something that outsiders have not received for a long time, but I am ever a tolerant king.
Your Majesty, we have the utmost regard for you and your city, and would be an honor. However, we are currently sworn to another mission that must be completed first. Our honor simply demands it.
Slightly. Your honor, then. Demetrius frowning slightly as he looks upon Liam. The king says, "You have been friends to me. If you say it would harm you to gain upon this mission, then I suppose I should not ask it of you. Though it is tempting, now that you've fallen, now that you have come to this city again. Resource, a chance." He sort of touches a ring upon his finger. Should I really let you go once more? He looks to the fire. The one where his old friend threw himself. She frowns slightly. Says, the giants are dead.
How?
Almost offhandedly. They refused an order to participate well in the purge. There was nothing to be done. Without the stone speaker to counsel me, for instance, they refused my orders. Said I was not their king. It had to be done. Stemmershot sort of rolls on and says, it had to be done, my king. Weakness spreads. Steel Shadow nods to himself. Yes. Yes. Perhaps it is better if you leave tomorrow. I fear that upon too much deliberation I shall recant my prior decision. Without the stone speaker, I have little counsel to rely upon. Stemberchot's sort of long tail sort of moves up, curling around the throne, to completely encompass it with his massive body, the king barely visible upon it.
Liam thoughtfully eating a sausage.
Well, I'm sure we can complete our trades swiftly, and then we shall be on our way.
Tempa short looks at you. He says, though perhaps, my king, should they stay, more offers can be made. I'm sure upon sweetening our deal that they would agree. His tail again coiling strongly around the throne as he looks upon you. Eager, perhaps, to see his will done. With the king, for the moment, seems adamant to eat his food.
Ron looks like he's wanted to say a few things a few times, and he's just instead eating sausage because he knows he's going to say the wrong thing.
I do not think there's a price to be put on Liam's honor, I'm afraid. So whatever offer you
Liam nods.
offer us will likely be declined, I'm afraid.
Pachat makes a face. He doesn't seem to like honor a whole lot, though Steel Shadow perhaps has some respect for the notion.
Yep. I betted on it.
I mean, it's our honor that saved him in the first place. So
Yes, it is our honor that saved him in the first place. We
put a lot on the line.
Mhm.
Our lives, basically.
We when we could have walked away, just let it be. We,
Yep.
We are a group with conviction.
The king does not speak again, seemingly to be in deep thought as the dinner continues.
Mhm.
Do any of you bring any up of conversation?
Well,
Oh God.
Now that you mention it.
I mean, most of the slaves in the city were sold off, the king said, but perhaps there is one more that could be acquired.
What?
Oh, I see where you're going at.
This
Liam,
is a push man because he can ask for things in return.
I would pay for him.
Yes.
I'm interested in the price.
What
At
are you
the same
asking
time,
for?
though,
What would be
Oh,
the
my king!
price?
What would the price of a slave be?
What would be the price of a creature that has wronged me in the past, and I would like to see some justice done upon it? It is called Grunt. It is an orc. I believe it resides somewhere in the city.
Well, the king speaks them, but it says, the org left with the drow.
Liam nods. Makes sense.
He was not thoroughly welcome here, you understand. And Bachot says, had I known of his treachery before he did, I would have eaten him.
Alas.
that would have been
Yes,
glorious.
a treasonous creature, him.
His tales were of interest to me. He looks at you, sniffs once. Says, But as I said, I am past that.
Wonderful. I'm happy he's in a good mood.
We just turn around and he just eats us all. Psych.
Perhaps
You know-
jeopardize his current position.
Yes.
He
Curled
might.
around the deep king's throne. Which he
He
very
might if he had a neck.
Ho ho ho!
Oh. Yeah.
You're gonna eat us, huh? You can't open your mouth. Fat lizard.
This is all in our heads, by the way.
This is where Fember Short has like read minds.
Read minds.
Yeah.
It's like,
Detect thoughts. Oh.
Timberchat has a lot of shit. I'll tell you that much. He doesn't read minds.
I mean, he could have magic eye. It's not read mind.
mind. A tiny crown.
We can't see it because he's actually sitting on it.
No one in
Ow.
this room would dare wear a crown except for the king.
Yes.
So he's sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
But
crown is
seemingly,
majestic.
Runt has left with the drow.
Maybe try to regale the king with some of our martial exploits or something. You know, he likes bloodshed and stuff like that, right?
While he eats, sure. I'm sure I can whip up the
Like
tale
we're
of
seeing.
our recent exploits.
Mhm.
Maybe the tale of the fire giants along the trade route might interest him.
No, don't say that,
No? Okay.
because then it's like the trade route is open, and then he'll like invade the gnome village immediately.
Sure. Well, maybe the
We must get back
refugees.
with the weapons.
Oh yes. We will bring weapons. In fact, we'll deliver them.
Deliver them in person.
Yeah, to your necks.
Sure.
So, tell us
One
where you
weapon.
guys are, gnome.
Yeah, sure. He'll just tell him about the Darrow outside the city we completely dismembered and burnt to shreds.
There you go.
That's where you found them, if not north, or north along the trade road.
In a crevice. And then we'll have so much food in our mouth we can't speak after that. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
I was so
Well,
stunned
perhaps
I forget where we were.
invade the gnomish village would be a way to force them to show you the way to the surface with right of
That's-
conquest.
Yes.
That directly goes against
Maybe
for
we
our
could be
interest.
appointed, the field marshals.
Emissaries.
No, the field marshals of Steel Shadow's army to conquering the village, and we could be his vassals ruling the village for him. We will have our own town.
but the
What, you
they
wanted to
would
make
not
a new
be
Kingmaker
happy.
game?
That would be an voluntary occupation.
I mean, yes.
I mean, enslavement of the population.
I mean, I don't think Liam is
Encouraging
happy
them.
with that, is he?
No, I mean,
You know, if I was evil, I'd do it.
I mean,
Maybe-
I might have to sneak attack Liam at this point.
Yeah, if it wasn't necessary, like
I feel
Sure,
like
but-
there's a lot of Where the Wicked still in you guys every now and again.
you
Also-
know,
not that wicked, I believe.
Good news, if I need to sneak attack Liam, his DR doesn't apply because I'm doing
Liam-
radiant damage.
Mallory walks into the
Liam is good. He's not nice.
It's
Yeah.
true. Two different
I mean,
things.
he is an orc, and orcs enslave things all
But
the time.
he
I-
tries
I-
his best to be sweet.
Liam is the kind of person who thinks that slavery is a necessary good rather than
Yes.
Why can't we
I
just
know.
pay them like normal people? I mean, don't you have enough money for slaves? Servants?
Templechild never has enough money.
No.
Even now that he's the tax master.
Mhm. Of course he is.
Nobody cheats on
Of
their
course he
taxes.
is. No.
Tax Master Thundershot.
The threat of being burnt to death is a good deterrent,
Mhm.
you'd say.
Hmm.
Or
The king will even offer you that should you wish to leave tomorrow, at least stay long enough for the military parade.
Oh, gladly.
They have one every 10 days.
Oh, lovely.
To remind the people that they are part of something greater.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
Alright.
sure. We would love
Sure.
to stay for the pomp and circumstance.
can read and play in it.
Can you play Military March?
You could probably learn a Dwergor march
Sure.
music, which is pretty much very simple and not very musical at all.
That's
They
fine.
hate music, really. They're very
That is the
dour all the
ageist
time.
type of thing to learn.
It is very much like the sound of a mechanical pump
Hmm
and the bellows. Just
He can do that just fine. He'll
walk with them as they,
yes.
in front they're sort of herding the slaves that are being sent south to the drow in chains, huddled together. And then behind them march the fine glittering ranks.
I'm just gonna hope I'm small enough to not see what's going on because I'm in behind them. We'll see.
The rest of you seeing Riordan march.
Literally, I'm like smaller than.
Wait, March what?
In the military parade.
Like apparently Riordan wants to be in the military parade.
He hasn't played music in ages. He is hurting inside.
He could stay. He has the offer. He could join as an irregular.
Tempting, but
nowadays.
I would
Imperial
go crazy
militia.
and I would fireball myself if I was stuck here for longer than 2 days. So it's his inner thought, at least.
If there's, it seems like you don't have a suggestion for which direction Horgar should wish to bring his domain.
I mean,
Can he destroy the drow?
Yeah, can he go for?
I think
Do you think he should invade his trade partners to the south?
Yeah, I
Is that what
don't.
you're counseling
Yes,
to?
yeah. The
Slay
drow
them
I think he
all?
should
can never
definitely fight the drow.
can
Yes.
never ever be
Nothing
trusted
can
and
go
should be
wrong.
destroyed.
The thing is,
Nothing can
you
go
could
wrong.
How
have
would your
trade
characters
partners.
bring that up?
I, not necessarily would, but
Never.
just say that the drow are not
That,
like I would rather deal with Thembershot than with the drow. That's how
Are you
bad
going
it
to
is.
say that? The drow are so bad, I'd rather deal with Thembershot.
Thembershot nods, yes.
I mean, why would you need trade partners when you actually own the resource? It's yourself. So.
On the surface, we always say that trade is not useful when you can conquer.
Yes. Hey, I'm bringing it. All right.
Yeah, at least the idea of invading the drow, at least what's going through Roland's head.
His current
Don't say it.
mind seems to be to keep his city free of corruption and have it be like a bastion of
That
constant control.
seems pretty good, honestly.
An iron gauntlet in the Underdark.
I mean,
I will say that if you come close, it shall at least be a bastion that you can seek.
That seems wonderful because
Noble
in the
intentions.
future, when we bring like every hero from the surface down here to fight all of this crap, we need a base.
Sure.
And if it's something I truly wish upon King Steel Shadow is a city full of adventurers.
Perhaps then eating the dinner. Maybe Riordan playing some music for the king. The splattery tomato is bitten into. And
Yes.
If music's being played for the king, Roland will do his best, since he is trained in musical instruments as well, to be his backup performer and aid him.
Can you sing, Master Hobbit?
You can do the harmony. Roland.
Because Roland's no expert, but he is trained in using instruments, so he can do the harmony.
Yes.
And over here, Cyrilla's just very good with dice.
But
Don't ask why.
He
Just is.
remembers last he was entertained by you.
I mean, you had so much money, you could just gamble all your entire kingdom away.
Yeah, the last time I played for Thembershot, it was in a much more horrific setting.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
think Raiden
remember.
would like to
I remember
that.
as well.
Nemberchuk remembers.
I'm sure he does.
He has had
Fondly.
much more horrific dinners since then, but you sadly were not there to entertain.
One day we will be back for Thembershot, and he won't laugh anymore.
Oh.
We're
He's
releasing
amused
Song
by
of
your
Death of a Dragon.
tiny creatures.
No.
Wait until we're level 15 and you will see who laughs. When Gesh has 4 spells.
Wow.
I think he still only has 2 forever. So
Oh no.
I don't know.
With that meeting concluded, and with the suggestion that after the military parade, where you should be visible, by the way, if nothing else, just on the sideline, encouraging the troops with your support.
Mhm.
You did You do fight demons, after all, and that is what he wants you to be known for in this city.
Mhm.
Well, we sure do.
Supplicants, tributaries, if you will. Going
I'm,
to
I'm happy to be known as the Deep King's, demon killing squad. That's a pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, if he wants the prestige, we can give him the prestige.
Oh yeah, for sure.
he also wants you to give it to you so people can recognize you if they see you out there.
Certainly.
Because you've shown to be allies of him. He doesn't throw those away, not when they're so useful.
See, that's the thing with the king here. He's not a good person, but at least he's not treacherous. And I appreciate that with him.
He is a reasonable man.
He is the enemy,
Yeah, he's a tyrant.
Yes.
And an iron-fisted megalomaniac, but at least he isn't tricking
Like, as
us.
far as those go, I'm willing to work with him. That's not a problem.
Yes, he has been by far the most reasonable. Well, not the most reasonable, but he has been a reasonable.
Like, after we deal with the sniff nab, if we can't for some reason go straight up to the surface, then I wouldn't mind working for him more.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Honestly, I don't even mind Short. As long as he doesn't want to kill us, that move of paying our enemies, that's fair game.
That's
Touche.
fair.
Touche.
I'm like, okay, sure. I can't be angry. That's perfectly fine.
Even Roland can't be angry about that.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's
Like, honestly, that's what Roland would have done himself, probably.
Mhm. It's perfectly fine.
I mean, they probably died in the wastes or whatever they were called.
And if they didn't, then we're going to run into them soon.
If they didn't, they probably lost half their number anyway, because we barely made it through, and I don't think.
And hey, if they somehow still survived, we can give them our own personal visit.
But Thundershot is too fickle. That's what I don't like with him. Steel Shadow is a slow-moving tanker. He rarely swerves from his course. Thundershot seems to just turn on a dime when he feels like it.
It's like we have an overwhelming power and an unmovable rock.
Yep. I prefer the rock.
Well, they're actually working together though, which is the interesting thing.
So, what were the different directions we could advise him to go? We had the Drows to the south.
Along the tradeway to bring order to that region.
No, I think
north towards the labyrinth and to unearth the hidden horrors that is said to be there. Surely his ancestors were wrong in sealing it.
No, I don't think so.
Or south to strike at the Drow cities that are still sort of the peaceful Drow, if you will, the ones that are to the south, a different rule than Menzoberranzan. And they are at the other side of the guard post where you were held.
So either we advise him to invade our friends.
Yeah.
We advise him to unleash unspeakable horrors.
Yes.
Or we try to convince him to attack his friends.
I think he should go north.
These are to the labyrinth.
No, don't unseal the labyrinth.
The labyrinth of unspeakable horrors.
That seems like the worst idea.
Isn't that where the library is, though?
Shush. Don't know where the library is.
Oh,
we don't know if it is there or not. We don't know where it is.
I mean, for all we know, the library could be outside the Drow's capital.
Leave kicks everywhere
in the ether plane.
The table.
But I do know where it is.
Exactly.
It's true,
you do.
But the thing
Pretty
is, do we really want our only ally in Bastion of Civilization down here to throw all of his troops away into the labyrinth? That seems...
Yeah.
They will all die horrible.
Then we don't have to clear out the labyrinth when we go to the library.
I don't know. It seems like the labyrinth will then be full of crazed dwergars. Gonna like.
If there's just a different way of getting in there.
We went close to it and we almost succumbed. Like that was bad. That place.
What's stopping us from? There must be a different way in there, surely.
Now, you will also know that the labyrinth has nothing to do with the library.
Yes.
Shush.
There you go.
All right, just wanted to remind you.
I know. But it's north. Somewhere.
But it's north somewhere.
Much further.
I mean, I would just advise the king to be very suspicious of the Drow because as far as we know, they unleashed all of this. All of this is their fault.
Currently, all the Viadero. They pay for them and he gets rid of them. So to him, that's a good thing. And they're crazy people, so if they make messes over there, that's not his problem.
Admittedly, we do know like right before all this started, they were doing demon sacrifices in their council.
Yeah, that's where we were going, because they were gonna do like
Isn't that just a drow
grand...
thing anyway?
Yeah, but there
the
was
thing is the timing.
yeah, there was of a scale. I think we learned that it was like of a scale that was
It was a
unseen.
grand ritual, like loads of priests from all over.
It was
And just the timing is too perfect. This starts right after a sacrifice was scheduled to happen.
and the mists started roiling and stuff. It is definitely them doing something. And then like all of the Darren and all of this is just
like we don't know if they summoned it directly or if they just were like the straw that broke the camel's back. In this case, the abyssal barrier.
I personally, my guess is they flubbed it. They thought they were gonna be summoned Lolth or something stupid like that, and then they just opened the floodgates and everything is coming through now.
They basically like we want to get this one thing out, and they basically use a battle axe to carve a huge hole instead in the side of the barrier.
Yep.
Like, well, we got what we wanted, but everything else.
But also, oh God, help!
Oh, don't worry, the other races can deal with all the other ones that are walking through our hole.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you would like him to remain with his strength here.
Yes.
I just don't want to get involved because everything we tell him is going to turn out terribly.
Yeah, remaining is fine. We don't have, We'll come back in the future.
You do your...
Oh, knowledge compared to you, almighty.
Exactly. We wouldn't presume to know what to do with your city.
Well, of course, he's not asking you.
Of course.
It's just... if you wanted to push him in a direction,
I don't think we're going to push him. I don't think it's a safe idea.
No,
because whatever we do, we're going to regret because we know it's going to turn out badly.
Next time we're going to be here, Temperature's going to be on the throne.
Well, currently he's coiled around it covetously.
The king fell down the stairs.
And not into my mouth.
A hunting accident.
Well, as you like remember,
Goes on poor.
there is about 400 guard at any time, visibly ready to act should anyone threaten him. Beyond that, he has the force field.
That's true. Does have a force field.
Perhaps Tabakar should chop by putting his face. Yeah. With that, then, how do you feel? Perhaps the next day, standing, in your nice clothes, tabards and all, visible as the military marches forward, driving the slaves south out of town.
Not the proudest moment of my life.
Thimbleshaw on the other side as he stands there, not waving anything, just sternly looking upon his troops.
I think Reardon has less time to feel ashamed when he's concentrating on keeping in time. So,
keeping in time of the march.
Reardon has donned his jack boots and is like just going for it.
Even like a black uniform with the flame symbol on it.
Yeah, is Reardon playing or is Reardon just marching?
I'm playing whatever.
Yeah.
Keep I suppose a drummer keeping them in time. I guess.
There's a few other mercenary units of like some orcs and like Sahakin and such. They're in the back where they march. And there's not many of them, but there's clearly been like maybe some of them indenturedly like brought to be mercenaries now.
Yes.
But they have other like strange looking things.
So
yeah, if Riordan's performing, in which case Roland will support the performing with you. And Riordan will certainly notice on Roland's face that he's basically locked his face into a forced smile. Because he really does not like this right now, and he's doing the best he can to try not to seem pissed off.
Reardon has had an entire noble life of keeping up appearances.
I haven't.
He knows you're having trouble. He'll slip you a wink when he knows somebody's looking, just to keep you focused.
It's the kind of situation where you're pretty sure Roland's going to go like punch his hand through a wooden board later or something.
So,
but the massive steers, the fire wielding keepers, the stone guard themselves, the soul blade wielding secret police, like the fire lance guard, all these different things are here, sort of shown proudly.
Right.
All the different noble houses are represented.
Are we as the king's guest of honor or anything? Are we like on a platform, or do we get like a declaration?
Yeah, you're raised up. standing
Oh, good,
outside.
they can see the order.
Yeah, we can't see. That's why I'm here.
You know, like the people in the march will be marching down there, of course.
Mhm.
Yes.
But the rest of you will be standing on a little raise to look down, so that you can be seen, and
Mhm.
your houses can be associated with the might of the city of Blades.
The Liam has the
Some shield dwarves like looking up at you, you know, as they're driven in front.
the unmovable mask of a military commander on his face, just inspecting the troops. It doesn't really look happy or sad or anything. It's just this, you know.
They are formidable, expertly drilled, and with no no wrong step.
Hmm.
As troops go, these are fantastic.
It's good. We will need them for the coming battle.
Well, this might be like, I don't know, what's the best comparison? North Korea or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
But, you know, we're going to leave the Underdark eventually, right? So we don't have to care.
it is certainly Soviet Russia style thing going on here. But,
Just somehow we're in the good circle.
He's got the biggest button.
that's step
His
Sean.
button is alive and is also a red dragon.
Yeah, it's a huge
Yeah, I was about to
red.
say the button is never sure.
And it's certainly the biggest one.
Mhm.
True. The big red button.
I can think of someone who's got a bigger red button.
Would likely make all of you cower by his mere presence. He's suppressing it.
With a friendly smile.
That's like I've always found amusing the idea of if you're talking to a big dragon, like it could just make you run away and panic on a moment's notice.
Yeah, I mean, even being close, like your body's probably like just reflectively something deep, like animalistic, says, "No, don't. This is a monster. Fucking eat you."
Yeah.
Similar to if you were swimming and suddenly saw a giant fucking shark under you or something.
Your first
Or
instinct is run
getting
away.
drowned by a Darrow, you know.
It's sort of that no sort of reaction.
I saved you from the Darrow.
You're great warriors. You can
Did.
suppress that sort of thing.
Dragon Slayers.
Though him being visible, looking over the troops, certainly also like there's no cheering or anything. It's just marching, and everyone's sort of looking upon. Some like foreign like Swift Nipplin living in the city, like hugging one another as they look upon it before going back into their little house. You know, many strange slaves being brought south. Many Darrow between them, though it seems like most Darrow has been brought out of the town already.
Yeah, what Roland's hating about this the most is most certainly the fact that he's in a parade with slaves leading. It's like,
Yeah, it's not nice. Slave trade is certainly not something Liam likes or approve of, but in this case, when in Rome,
Roland knows that he can't, like, nothing he will do will stop the slaving.
Yeah. we're not crusaders. Like, we're not a group of paladins here to seek justice from this place. There's bigger things at stake currently than a few shield dwarves being enslaved.
Well, you know, give us another 10 years maybe.
Mhm.
If Gesh lives that long,
Yes.
considering his old age. We can just dethrone the king, kill Fembershot, and we put Cinder as the wormsmith instead.
There you go.
Oh,
Yes.
Like that, I'm sure.
That's the plan.
Would Eldef like to run a dwarven city?
We have Hemeth.
Not this one. Not this one. No.
We'll put Hemeth on the throne as well.
King Hemeth first.
Yeah, he will be very grateful, I think.
Yeah, and perhaps it is with those images and thoughts that we will next time begin with you returning to the Sword of Neplin.
Did we get a long rest?
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, thank God.
It actually matters for me now because I get like spell slots back.
Yeah, I get all my luck points back, which I sincerely appreciate.
You don't need a long rest for that. Isn't that every day?
I don't know. I thought it was every long rest.
I think it's every day.
Let me check.
I think day generally means long rest.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
No, they because magical items recharge at the dawn of each day. And I think luck points do the same.
You picked lucky.
To finish a long rest.
Okay, there we go then.
So your luck runs dry if you don't get stone sleep.
Yeah, I mean you can't just abuse
Lady
it
Duck
forever.
catches up with you.
Timora's like, come on, you need some sleep, please.
Okay. Does your character worship Fimora as their patron?
Harspark family does, as a rule.
The reason I just asked, I know me and Liam do.
Yes.
Liam does
Re- re-
venerate her. He doesn't worship her necessarily.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're your patron. I was thing you have.
Yes,
If
they're
you went
patron
to
of his
heaven,
family.
you know,
He does have like a small symbol of Timora, like in a chain around his neck.
most people have one because otherwise they have a bad time.
Yeah.
when they die.
You want to have a patron you
Generally
devote yourself.
well-known,
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Even if it's only lip service, you want to have a patron.
The gods are not as mean to the people worshipping demons as to the apostates who worship no one.
Yeah, they end up in a screaming wall of souls.
They have the worst time.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh boy.
His grandfather attributed most of his survival to Timora. So.
The Flumph King.
I
Yes.
mean, in fairness, as a halfling, most of your survival probably did come from.
I would worship
Yes.
the Flumph King.
I would
It's,
totally follow the Flumph King.
I mean,
Oh, hell, Flumph.
if once I get through polymorph, your dreams can come true.
Yay.
Speaking of which, we still need to see more ape pre-order.
Yeah, I just need to.
Or Ape Gesh, really.
The thing is, I don't like casting on myself because I get concentration
No,
saves every time
cast-
I get hit.
Cast it on Gesh, that's great.
When Gesh runs out of spell slots.
Yeah,
mean-
exactly. He has two
I mean,
spells
Gesh-
and then Monkey.
I mean,
Band.
how many times has Gesh complained he can't use his companions like melee?
Imagine Gesh
True.
being a monkey throwing huge blocks that do like 10d6 or something.
10
like they're
d6 or something,
huge.
9 d6 or something.
Yeah.
Also, you have to
it's
remember that Gesh is
insane.
also like 50 doing this.
Well, he's yeah.
Silverback.
Yes, big silverback.
If Gesh is agreeable, then sure we can certainly do that some more.
Melee Gesh.
The thing is, like,
not really.
you would be like if your friend was like, "Can I turn you into a monkey?" You'd be like,
What?
"Am I still me?" No, you're a monkey, and you're like, "That's disconcerting."
It's like you store this sword, are you? But you're also a monkey.
But
Like,
Gesh would
what
be
am I gonna
a good
do as a
monkey,
monkey?
the best
You're like,
monkey.
well, I don't know whatever a monkey would do if it knew it was my friend. I mean,
It's-
know
it's-
I'm your friend, but you're a monkey, so
It's for research,
Yeah,
Gesh.
the-
I'm sure you
Yeah, the
you'll
thing
agree.
is, in my case, you'd want me to stay around with my sneak attack.
Yeah.
You want
that's
Liam
the
to keep
issue.
with spy abilities, and you want Thriller spellcasting.
Yes, and I can't.
it's just
Cast
blow his
himself.
spell slot and turn into a monkey.
Hmm. Go monkey, go monkey, go.
Or I could use it offensively instead.
Turn the enemy
Be
into
able
the
to
monkey.
rats.
I'd rather not have the enemy turn into a monkey with
Or should
temporary.
I-
No, I can turn them to
Ah.
like rats or something with 1 HP, and like
The thing is, once you kill them, they just turn back to normal again.
they do 1 damage, I think. So
Hmm.
it's fine.
Like it's that's. I mean, I guess
it effectively becomes a banishment in a way,
I suppose.
Yeah.
unless they get themselves killed or they're like,
Turn,
Friends
you know,
stab
no,
them.
no, you know what you do? You turn them into a shark so you just lays there flapping about.
eh,
So they
Nice.
take damage every turn.
Yeah,
But
would it
that's
not
just-
die?
that wouldn't-
Or-
The thing is, as soon as that creature dies, it then just turns back to normal creature again.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
just
like-
like the idea of a flapping.
You turn them into a dolphin because they breathe air, so
Oh,
they'll be
that-
fine
oh,
and just
yeah,
lay there
yeah.
stuck.
The thing is, you
Yeah.
would get like a coup de grace, I guess, on a rat because a rat can't really do anything.
Yeah, the point is it will just kill it, right? And then
Yeah, but the extra damage passes over. So
oh,
it has one
I-
4 HP or something.
yes, then I suppose Liam would get a full crit.
Yeah,
Or I would get a full crit.
well,
I need to catch the rat first.
true. I'm sure we could. do
Unless it
that.
charges at me, I guess, because it's very angry.
As long as Gesh doesn't have his armor on, we should be fine.
Oh, it's fine.
If he
The armor
goes down
melts
mine.
into him.
I think I might go to sleep.
No, but if the rat takes damage of it, then
Oh, yes, yes.
yes. Rats are dumb. They'll hit anything.
I think the armor of Agathis, you like a mosquito comes bite you and then it just explodes.
Yep.
Just the frost explosion.
It's like you did 1 damage, and now you take 20.
Oh great! Now,
Bye.
yeah, now just imagining a character going through a rainforest with the armor of Agathis running.
It would only last for like 2 minutes, but you know.
Hey,
Well,
2
that's-
minutes of
dying.
frost explosions everywhere.
I mean, it would last really long actually because I only do like 1 damage. Oh.
Yep.
Which means right now it'd be 20 explosions around
20
you.
explosions. You changed the climate.
So Gesh just
Global
dealt.
cooling from.
So Gesh just dealt
the jungle.
400 cold damage to the surrounding area.
Poor Timberchod.
A good spell.
It is.
It's true, against enemies that deal 1 damage, that would be 20 sets of 20 damage.
It does have to make a save though. My charisma isn't really. I didn't bump it up, so it's still 14. If there were hex beforehand though, it'd be great.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the session.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
Got back into things.
Hope you guys feel better as well.
Yeah. Tingling
I
under control, I think.
might be gone next Saturday. I'm not sure yet. There might be a family thing going on. I'm not sure if I'm required to attend, but I will hopefully know during the week.
All right. But we are your family, Jonas.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Familiar family obligation every Saturday.
Next time,
that's
we're
certainly
likely
what I have.
to return to the city, Leighton Stone, and then do the battle of the city.
Yep.
Really.
So next session is the session where Liam is just constantly power attacking everything because it's oozes.
Sounds about right.
We'll just do it without him. Liam is fighting like with the front troops.
Just dip me in the herbs. You know,
I mean, if we've got loads and loads of enemies, Scylla can just put up her things against the oozes and then fine.
Uh-huh.
We need 2 sessions to resolve everything. Round.
But yeah, that's it. We're back from the holiday break, and there will be a Starfinder on Friday.
Yes, this Friday and the next, because we skipped yesterday.
Double Fridays.
Double
Friday will
Fridays.
be after my exam. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, and there'll be more
Hope
High
so
Elf
too.
stuff uploaded with me and Manakai as we go along. And yeah. That's
Magical times.
Yes, magical times. All right, we'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.